Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on tonight? Welcome back another Thursday night, which means some more beers and another beer flow show. So hopefully you guys had a pretty good Christmas out there. I don't like this shirt, man. It's like kind of bunching up. It's kind of getting the belly in there a little bit. So not really happy about that right now. Hopefully everybody had a great Christmas and you enjoyed some good food, maybe some good beers. And tonight we'll talk about some various things. And of course, I got Eric and Todd here. How you guys feeling tonight?
We're feeling good, or at least I'm feeling good. I don't want to speak for Todd, though, but
I'm doing good. Doing good. Ready for the weekend. Even though I've only been at work for one day this week, I'm already ready for the weekend.
This is like the worst when this like the week starts
yeah,
after a mid holiday. So like all day Thursday today, even one of my people I was talking to that I work with, one of my reps calling them, and it's just like it feels like a Monday and it's Thursday, and it kind of just throws off. And I almost forgot to set my alarm even to go to work this morning, and she was saying she almost forgot to set her alarm too. It just felt like it's kind of crazy in the middle of the week. It's like if Christmas falls in the middle of the week, they just give you the rest of the week off.
Yep, I agree.
That should be a new rule. Middle of the week, you get all the days off for the rest of the week.
And a lot of our customers will be off until, with it falling the way it did, they'll be off until probably like the 7th or whatever that Monday is after next week.
Right. Yeah. Most
It'll
of
be
my
like a
people,
2-week shutdown.
They'll come back in like around the 6th. Most of my guys are out through next Friday, the 3rd and stuff. So
yeah, 6. So yeah, that's when most ours will be back then too. So
yeah, just one of those things. It's like middle week. We got to do it again next week for New Year's. So again,
yeah,
if New Year's is in the middle of the week, just give us the rest of the days off. Everybody would be happy.
Now next year with it being leap year, it all kind of moves towards the end of the week next year.
Yeah. Big shout out to Erie. She is first in tonight. Hello, Erie. Welcome. Said waiting for some kids to crash. Santa got my kids hyped as hell. Santa I'm going a little crazy. What's up, Dr. Didi? What's up, my friend? Says ready for the weekend. Been off since Tuesday as well. Yeah, I was off Tuesday and Wednesday, but I had to go back today. And now I just want to get through tomorrow. Even though I've only worked really like the one day, I feel like I worked the whole week now. Like I just need to get through tomorrow. So tomorrow, get through that, and then it's into the weekend. And I'll come back for a couple of days, and I'm off again that Wednesday and do it all again next week. Although next week I'll be volunteering next Friday, so I will have to really not even go to work. I'm just going to volunteer for half the day, and then I'm done. So that'll be a nice way to head into the weekend next week, giving back to the people. I always blame Alan, Erie says. Of course she does. Why wouldn't you? Alan makes the easy scapegoat. And pretty soon Alan's gonna yell at Erie for not saying that I'm on, I'm sure. So Erie just jumps on, doesn't tell Alan. But I am actually gonna start out with one of these. I don't think I've done a review on it yet, but this is the ones I picked up the other day, the Hop Avenger IPA, which is the latest in the Voodoo Ranger series. Probably hold it that way a little bit better. And pretty decent IPA. So just haven't uploaded the review on it yet, but I will at some point. And then what are you guys actually drinking right now?
And Rod, just to get it out of the way, tell the people that want to know what you paid for those.
I don't like to brag, but I mean, it's like
yes, you do.
$5.99 a 6-pack. So
what? You're killing me! Killing me!
$5.99 a 6-pack. I can't help it. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I mean,
that's right. That's right.
It's set up nicely for me. So.
Sorry, I just had to throw that out there. Inquiring minds want to know.
Everybody wants to know about the deals, right? So yeah.
The Rod J deals, yeah.
But what are you drinking, Todd?
I am drinking. I'm going Ohio tonight for the first couple anyway. This one is from Platform. It is the Holiday Donut Cookie Holiday Ale. And there's the can for that.
Nice.
And as Platform does, they list a whole book of everything on here. So this is hops is Galena and says yeast American ale, adjuncts snickerdoodle, vanilla, cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, milk sugar. Ooh. So it sounded interesting, so I had to pick it up. And there's the ingredients there, if you can see it or not. Kind of a glare.
Yeah, it's coming in. I don't think I've ever seen Snickerdoodle in the beer before, but I
So we'll
wouldn't be
see.
opposed to trying it. I did see that beer. I haven't picked that one up. The one I got downstairs on platform is actually their Caramelicious, but that's the next one I needed to review on that one from them. And Eric, you got
on deck, I've got one from Listerman.
good old Listerman here in the Natty, doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
He also said, and he's not here to defend himself, talking about Alan. So, and Eric, what do you got there? You know, yours is cool and still, right?
Yeah, mine's still cooling in the fridge, but I got two Sam Adams hazy IPAs, but right now I'm just going with a Gatorade right now until that's done chilling.
Oh yeah, you got to stay hydrated, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a cup of water here, actually a big old fake Yeti cup, just because I like to keep hydrated.
Yeah, same here, Rod.
Hey,
There you go.
I
I got a CVS for like, I don't know, it's like $11 or $12.99. But then CVS gives you these bucks that you get when you buy stuff. So I had like $5 off of it. So I got it for $6.99. I get deals everywhere I go, I guess. Just kind of make it a habit.
It's stamped on your forehead everywhere you go.
If you're not making a deal, what are you doing with your life?
You're failing in life.
Everything is a possible deal.
So Todd has Shannon asked for some more hurricane.
No, not yet. But I'm surprised. She probably forgot. Maybe not.
I bet she's not asking for any more Mad Dog though.
No, that she's not.
That was something to see last week. That was something.
I think we ended up checking the rest of the bottle. It was only half gone. Surprisingly, I don't know how that happened, but
Erie says sounds amazing, which I would think was for Todd's platform that he's actually drinking.
I think that was what it was for.
Peggy said, "Hi guys, hope you had a great Christmas." Yes, we did. Mama Ren, welcome.
We did. Thank you, ma'am.
DD says, $5.99 6-pack, damn. Drinking 7 Saturday IPA. It just happens, DD. I don't know. I find opportunity. I asked you when I was there, I also bought the last Oak's Vanilla Worldwide Stout from Dogfish Head because it was $7.99. That was the last one on the rack. It was looking kind of alone by itself. So I said, come on, get in the cart. You can go home with me. You know, we'll give you a nice home. So now it's down there with 2 other Oak's Vanilla Worldwide Stouts that I will enjoy at some point here.
Oh, I have something I got to go get. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I forgot.
Oh, Alan says, wait, what the F am I being blamed for here? So Alan is at the party now. So everything, Alan. Erie says she blames you for everything. So I think that comes with part of the territory.
Yes, it does.
So I've actually got some different things to take a look at for this week. And once Eric gets back in, we'll start going down some of that stuff from the beer world. And she said, everything because everything is your fault. That's the life. That's the life of a husband. Let's be honest. That's the life of a husband. Everything is your fault. Just say yes and I'm sorry. The 2 biggest words or phrases you'll use your whole married life. You don't got to know what you're sorry for or what you're saying yes to, but they're like a get out of jail card in Monopoly. They always work. So Eric's back. Did you get a beer or?
No, I'm going to show you what I got for. Now I paid a pretty penny for this. You guys know what I've got already.
All
right. I have, what is it?
Bourbon.
Oh, I know.
Focus.
20. Okay.
I think this is the one with raspberries and.
Is that the reserve for 2018?
Yeah.
I thought that's not the wheat wine.
I'm checking it. Oh, it's the whiskey bramble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now I think about it, because the reserve is the one I got with the Elijah Craig. So yeah, that had to be the other one.
Yeah, this has raspberries and blackberries in it for $18. It's Bourbon County.
How much did that cost you?
Each one cost me like $30.
That was like $30? Oh shit! I feel
Yeah.
not to throw it out there again, but I
Hey.
feel
Rajay times 10.
I feel good about the $22 2018 Elijah Craig crowler I got at the Bourbon County.
Hey, I didn't know I would ever see these. Are going to get the opportunity.
Oh no, I would have definitely probably looked at them getting them too, but I'm like, damn, they really undercut the price with Party Source when I got it.
Plus, yeah, with them being an 18 vintage.
Yeah.
And here's the barley wine with the coffee added.
Oh, let me get that back up here.
You got the other one I really want to try.
Yeah.
Come on, focus. Focus. Is it not focusing very well, is it?
Yeah, it just takes a little bit, but
That's the one that's the barley wine. And here's the one you want to try, Todd, the one with the vanilla.
Mm-hmm. You have to let me know what you think of that one.
Come on. There we go. Like I said, paid $30 for each of them. I got them sitting in my cellar right now, so.
Yeah. Well, that does remind me, though, if my guy gives me a call or shoots me an email, hopefully to be by this week, he said he would probably try to wait out to at least the 27th or so for the people to pick up the Bourbon County Day 1 at raffles that haven't showed up yet. So he has some extra. He's going to give me a call about the Mon Ami, I think, and the other one for this year.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. I was the one with the Elijah Craig barrels.
Damn good. Yeah, it was damn
I
good.
can only imagine.
Yeah, I drank it all during the live stream. I guess I did it maybe, was it last weekend or the weekend before, but I did it on the weekend.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
It was the day before I got sick on the other stuff, whatever I picked up. But no, it was very good and very smooth, very solid. And by the time I got done with the 32 ounces, definitely was feeling the ABV. So it wasn't a 450 North beer. It was definitely stacked. So
These are like the 18 Bourbon County.
What, you mean it was more than 3%? What?
Yeah. Dee says, I'm going to fabricate a discount card with your picture on it, Rod, and expect a 50% discount everything.
That's a good way to go right there.
Yeah, I still haven't done that one idea. We were joking around that one night, just gonna make a video of me going in the stores and with a stamp and just stamping stuff Rod J deal, putting on video.
Rod J approved. That would be awesome.
Get some crazy carnival music playing on the soundtrack or something. Oh, that's like back in the 70s and 80s. Grew up in New Jersey. Out of New York, there's a discount place called Crazy Eddie's, and he would be yelling at the TV, always talking about Crazy Eddie specials and stuff. Just be yelling in the store, Rod J deal right here, stamp. People in the store are like, what is he doing over there? Oh, that is a good deal.
Rod J deal. That's why it's such a good deal.
Well, I just did the one video when I got the Prairie Rainbow Sherbet, and it was $3.99 a can. I'd never seen a Prairie that low on anything, so I was like, that's good. And I also realized at the time, growing up in New Jersey, it was always pronounced, I guess, you'd always hear sherbet, but it's really sherbet. There's no second R.
Sherbet,
and it was like, on the video, I was like, keep forgetting there's no R there because I was just used to saying it from New Jersey. But funny how things get pronunciated different ways in different places, that is. So in looking at this week on some of the stuff, and not to really beat a dead horse or anything like that, but do we want to discuss the 450 North and their 8-can release happening tomorrow?
I probably should, because I bet a lot of people have no idea.
Yeah, and so
I mean, it just happened. We just kind of really started talking about Friday.
Yeah, like Friday, and I threw those videos up like early beginning of the week, and I got a good amount of views of people checking it out, but it's starting to blow up a little bit more now. It's just a whole kind of interesting dilemma, and I don't know. It's hard for me to not understand how they did not know adding juice would dilute the ABV of the beer. That's just like basic science and basic brewing. For them not to do another reading after that, I think. So you question that there. Maybe it was their mistake on their part, but a lot of people are having a hard time buying it. And when they did the release, I almost thought the letter was too PR on the letter when I read it. So
yeah, I read that too.
Yeah, and that's some of the comments coming up on their Facebook page and Instagram page. But today it's been kind of like crazy, right? So I shared with you guys earlier in our chat that we have on Facebook, but like people were going to the Instagram page and the Facebook page and just like hitting them hard,
Slander.
and just like slamming them about the beers and stuff. The funniest thing, I probably saw one spot. It had the Scooby Doo kids, and they had like a guy cartoon. He was tied up, and they're like, "Let's see who's behind this." And they pull off the mask, and it's white
White Claw.
White Claw.
White Claw.
And then earlier today, I saw one, and then somebody put a Founders logo, and they said, "At least we didn't drop our ABV or something."
Oh, wow.
I said, "When they're using Founders against you."
Yeah, ouch. Ouch.
And then there were the ones that were coming on, making, in search of for a trade of like Mad Dog 2020, someone at 2029. Somebody said like two White Claws beats one slushy on ABV. Because you get to 2 at 5%.
Wow.
So, it's funny in a way, but then again, it's kind of like, how do you make that thing? And one of the things brought up after I researched is, by law, you're not supposed to be more than 0.5% off of an ABV advertised. So with them having that big discrepancy, I wonder if there's any legal stuff happening behind it. But, I did the little videos earlier this week about it, but since you guys are here, didn't know if you had any thoughts you wanted to share on it as well.
Go ahead, Dad. I'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you as to shame on you. You should have known better. I don't know these guys personally, nor have I ever met them, but knowing where 450 North started and the quality of the beer that it was just most of their stuff was just And where it's come from now and that whole slushy line taking off as it did, I can somewhat give them a benefit of the doubt. Maybe, I'm not sure, because you're right, it's brewing 101, but maybe they honestly didn't realize adding all that fruit to it was going to lower it. I'm not sure. I have a hard time believing that too, because you should know that you're brewing beer. You should know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I understand that side of it too. Part of me just kind of wants to give them a benefit of the doubt, but we'll see how they handle it from this point forward. Just taking the ABV percentage off your can doesn't make it okay. To me, it's a cover up. It almost goes in the other direction. Is we were screwing up, and now we're just not even we're not gonna be held liable for any of it now. You know what I mean? It's kind of like taking an easy road out at this point.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what their lawyers are telling them to do. And I'm sure I'm with you. That little letter or whatever seemed really legalized something behind it, I would say.
Yeah, it has some interesting.
There's enough people that's going. There's somebody who will probably end up suing them over it just because of what you said. You got to be in a certain percentage and to pay. I mean, it's probably not any more than a lot of the other beers, but still, you're paying anywhere from $18 to $21, $22 a 4-pack. You're expecting more than 3% ABV for a can. I mean, they can say what they want. Yeah, the beer's great, and yeah, you've got some lambics that are only 3 whatever percent, and they sell for more. But you know what you're getting when you're going into it.
When you're buying a lambic, you're going to get it right.
Exactly. Yeah. So people going into it, and there was a debate I was looking at earlier on social media, and a guy was saying that. I was like, well, I'm going to get it because one, I like it, but two, you can have a couple of them and you start feeling something. The guy was
Right.
like, you shouldn't be buying it just for that reason, blah, blah, blah. So they were arguing back and forth as where they, and they kind of made that comment about the lambics and stuff too. And the guy was like, yeah, but they're not selling it as a lambic. They're selling it as a 10 or 12% slushy fruit beer. And we've all had them. We've all said the same thing. Like you can't taste any alcohol presence in them, and you couldn't. Now, I mean, lo and behold, how long has this been going on? For years,
Yeah.
So I got a feeling that somebody's gonna take a lawsuit against them. I would imagine.
Yeah,
there'll be some legalities just for that reason alone.
And there'll probably be a class action on top of it, Todd.
It could be. I mean, in some of the chats, people were saying how much they've spent, like thousands coming down, because people did come over from state lines, and you would see the massive amount of beer they would be taking out of there.
Well, we've been to the releases, and I'd say the last one we went to was February or March, right? So, and it was so crowded, I haven't been back since. That was when it started really getting, not to say they wasn't big before, but where more people were just standing in line, getting there a day before or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were, and I've told you guys before, it would just be stacked. They get their limit, and then they have a mule with them that's, maybe their wife or somebody. They're not getting it, but they've got several people, and they're getting stacks upon stacks on dollies, rolling them out to the car, and it's easily thousands. I mean, it's easily they're probably spending $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 on it when trading or whatever. So yeah, and they're probably there every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because they're making a shit ton of money back on it, I mean, I can't blame them for it, but at the same time, I was one that kind of griped about it too, because it's like, let other people have a chance,
Yeah, I think some of those people were trying to resell some of that stuff too. So
oh no, they were selling. Hell, they'd turn around and sell them in the parking lot.
Yeah. So
for like people that were at the back of the line, because they knew they weren't going to get it by the time they got up there, and they were already making
and selling them for more than they paid for.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah.
And you said out of state. I mean, I would say the day the last release we were there, probably 60% of the people were from Cincinnati or somewhere in Ohio.
Yeah, well, I knew a couple people that I saw came over from West Virginia. I know some people that come down from Illinois. So people make a trip down there because they like to get these beers and release. And again, for those of you watching, not all familiar, we're only talking about the slushy. As far as everybody knows, and the nuggets are legit, which I actually like the nuggets as well. But it's just the slushy that's been kind of exposed in this kind of situation. But what were you going to say, Eric?
But about that, was it a brewer or a certain? I'm not saying the head brewer. The head brewer should be responsible for the product that comes out.
Right.
But was it one of the brewers there that didn't know one of the lower? I don't know how all that works or whatnot. But maybe one of the other brewers that wasn't educated enough. And I'm not trying to, make excuses or anything, but was there a point of, like you guys said, they put the juice in it and it lowers the ABV. Did he know that pouring the juice in there was going to lower the ABV? I mean,
apparently by their letter they didn't, which is kind of unfathomable to people that are in the brewing industry or people that are brewed, because what they had in their letter, they did it, and pretty much they took their reading at the end, like you would if you're home brewing, but then they added the juices later on and didn't take another reading, which would have gave them the true ABV. And it's like, how do you not know if you're going to take all this and you're going to make 75-80% of this juice, that it's going to dilute the ABV? It's just science. It's just, that's why a lot of breweries have like chemists that also work with them and stuff too. I mean, it's not in this. And if you're doing a Mr. Beer kit, anything you add to be fermented, you got to take that other reading after that stuff's been fermented.
Which part of me, to elaborate on that a little bit, is half of the business up there, which they started out as a winery. So their division is Simmons Winery, which I think is maybe the daughter's part of the business. Like the mom and dad, I think they're the one that has all the farm and started whatever. But to my understanding, like the boys run the brewery and the daughter runs the winery. I could be completely wrong on that. I'm not 100% sure. But it's still fruited stuff and you're talking wines, right? So how would you not know that it didn't, even though it carries over to beer? Like at some point you would have to know that's, I know it's different processes for
but it's an interesting point.
But it's kind of the same though, you know what I mean? Like
when you're talking about the wine, you're still fermenting and you're going to still take a reading, and it is fruit. You do it after all your adjuncts are in there. So, yeah, that's the surprising thing. And it wasn't just the one initial reading when we first saw it. There was another reading where somebody tested another one of the slushies, and that was only out of 3-something%. So it seemed like this was going on for a bit. Now, on the ABV thing, they did come out and they're just saying the releases this week, they're not going to have the date, or no, not the date, the ABV. Next year, they're going to have the ABV on the ones for 2020. They said they couldn't get the labels quick enough for this one. And that kind of pissed some people off too, because it's like, well, if you're not ready to do this, you shouldn't have done it at all. I mean, there's breweries that dump batches because it doesn't work out. I know, like here, Urban Artifacts had a bad batch one time, and you think about how much they make in these batches. They dumped it rather than take it to market because they didn't want to have a bad thing out there. Think about what Goose Island did when they messed up and had infections in theirs, and they offered refunds to people because of it. So there's other things that people are looking at, like this is your only response to the situation.
Or what they should have done, not necessarily dump it, because I mean, don't get me wrong, the beer is still great, and people would still buy it. People still buy it knowing if it's only 2 or 3%, because then you're looking at it as a lambic. But what they should have done, knowing that the ABV is not where it's at, why are you still charging They did lower the price a little bit, but I'm just talking like $1 or $2 for a 4-pack maybe. Most of those cans are still $18 a 4-pack.
Well, I will say when you're dealing with something like lambics and these juices kind of along those lines, you're paying more on a premium for the fruits and all that stuff you got to put into it, just like the lambic. So the ABV is going to be a lower ABV, but you're getting more of an experience from that lower ABV beer because of the fruits or the sour being added to it, like with the lambic type style, that you're willing to pay a little bit more. Because if you go get a lambic, you're not going to pay a small price for those either. If you're getting a good lambic, you get a good Lindemann, you're going to be like, well, it's only 3.5% or something, but it's going to cost you $9 or $10 a bottle, possibly, to where you're at. Unless you get a Rod J deal, but it's not for everybody.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you just be upfront with it. I mean, you guys have had them. I don't know that I'd pay. Well, I don't know. Maybe I would. I'd probably still pay $6-7 a can for it on the, maybe on the open market or whatever from some people that I know that'll get them. I'm going into them knowing that's what they are. You know what I mean? That's what they are, because the flavors on them are still amazing. Like, they're really good.
Well, you think at the time frame we're at right now is a perfect time to have a low ABV beer. It's like all the low ABV stuff coming out, all the different things happening, and people looking to lower their calorie intake, and you're perfectly set up for it. So the way it was kind of handled there, it could have been handled, I think, a little bit more smoother to get more people involved and then looking to enjoy these beers. And yeah, the price may have to come down on it, but there are people who are willing to pay people like us that like to drink good beer stuff. We're more lenient to go ahead and pay a little bit more for something because we're more for the taste of the beer than trying to get drunk off of it. Yeah. Those people trying to get drunk off of it may not pay because ABV is low, but a lot of your beer drinkers that are like craft beer, or even not even craft, even some of your domestic beer drinkers like beer for the taste of it as well. They're not looking to get drunk over it. They want a nice beer they can relax and chill with, and they were good for that. So it was like drinking almost like liquid candy. So people would pay it if the price is set right. You have to find out what the actual price point would be. Maybe it's not 18 a 4-pack. Maybe it's 14 a 4-pack, right? Look at something like what's the one? Decadent Brewing. How much they charge for their cans?
Yeah, I mean,
are they really worth that price versus
$6.99 a can?
You get like if you get a 4-pack, right? You're looking at $18-$20. Right. I don't buy Decadent that much because I can find other stuff that's pretty comparable to it. But once in a while, I'll get a Decadent.
Right.
So,
and that's what I think. I think if 450 North would have come out and said, okay, we're proceeding with this release tomorrow, right? We fessed up, we screwed up, whatever. We're looking into it. We're going to try to make it right. You guys have supported us all this time. Come out tomorrow. Instead of dumping them, we'll sell them to you for $5 a 4-pack. I don't know, whatever the case may, half the price, whatever it is, $10 a 4-pack or $8 a 4-pack, whatever it is, rather than like, look, it's our mistake. We've, thankful for you guys coming out and still supporting us after this, and people will still be there lined up tomorrow. I'll let you know, because I know a friend of mine's going, and I'm probably going to buy 3 or 4 singles from him just because there's a couple of them that I really want to try. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many people do line up tomorrow. I'd be interested to see some of the pictures if people take any. But I don't know if it'll be as long as it was before. Yeah. But here's the other thing. Okay. But here's the other thing, right? So they're giving away like a free glass or something tomorrow too with the purse, and then
first 400.
The first 400 getting a free glass, but the glass has like 450 logo on it, and then also has like dollar signs on it. Why you would put that on it for marketing? Because right now the people started attacking them on that. So basically, you're screwing us over the money, but you're going to taunt us by putting dollar signs on the glasses.
Well, you could take it that way, but some of the releases for tomorrow are geared towards like that. Before all this come out.
That hit, yeah. But
so they got like one. It's called like High Mansion something, Great Gatsby. It's kind of like a higher fancy, because usually every release kind of has a theme for their names, and some of them are like a Billionaire, I think, is one of them. So I don't think the glass usually is logo generated, but I can see where people would take it, like you just said.
It's just like a bad timing type thing.
Right. Rubbing it in our face. So you're gonna take our money. Now you're selling us basically flavored water.
Somebody will put on the Instagram pages. The glasses have a higher ABV than the beer.
And it's unfortunate, I don't know if they really truly were doing it intentional, then they should be taken down, and I hope whatever happens to them, because that's
Yeah.
knowing intentionally that they were doing that. That's not okay.
Yeah, like I said on the videos and stuff, I'd like 450 North, I don't think, or let's get Eric Spear in here. He's got the Sam Adams New England IPA. Did you get a 6-pack of them?
Only 2.
Only 2? Okay. Yeah, I don't think they actually did it intentionally. I would hope they didn't. Obviously, you don't know unless you're inside the skin and the mind of that person. But again, it's for a lot of people that know about beer and how to brew them. And I saw people already put it behind them and stuff too, which is fine. It's kind of hard to see how you could miss that point. This is what sticks out. I mean, if you go online just to learn how to brew and how to take a gravity reading, it'll tell you how you do everything at a point after everything is in there and the fermented. Shouldn't
they have taken the final reading after adding fruit to it later?
Yeah, they should have took it right before it went to bottling.
Yeah.
Or
so they're saying they never did it before. The last reading was pre-fruit. That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so I don't know what happened, how they did it that way, how they can miss an important step like that. I mean, because
honestly, you almost could go the other direction. It could almost make it higher ABV. You've got added some fruit sugars to it. You know what I mean? Not
let it ferment. Yeah.
Not that it probably would, but it could, I guess, if you let it go long enough.
Yeah, I mean, they overpowered it, I guess, with a ton of fruit. Like 80% of it was made the fruit juice or whatever they added or whatever to make the fluffy. So it was.
I mean, they added an ungodly amount of fruit to those things.
Yeah,
it doesn't surprise me. It's hundreds of pounds of different. I don't even know how you'd get that much fruit to make these things the way they're making them.
Yeah, and again, for me, it's more of a whole question thing around like how can you run an operation of that size and not be aware of those type of things. But time will tell. And like I said. Like I didn't comment on their Instagram or their Facebook page. I'm not going to sit there and slam them because I'm kind of interested more in the whole how it comes out because I like the guys. I hope they pull through and they get everything straight in their end. So it's not like some stupid thing like founders did deliberately. I believe so. It's just kind of like we'll see what happens and how they get this stuff all wrapped up. Mm-hmm. Let me get some of the comments here. And Dee had actually said Crazy Ed is going to say, so see, Dee knows about cousin Crazy Eddie up in New York. He ran a stereo store and he would just slash deals. He'd be like, stereo speakers, 500, not here, 250. And so, he'd be like, Crazy Eddie's cutting deals. Yeah. Dolly said, I went to a beer store, asked for the Rod special. Guy gave me his number. He thought you were wanting the Rod there, I guess. We got spicy Dolly tonight. Ramon's in the house. Cheers, Ramon. Good to see you, my friend. She says she's got some Becks for her brother and my brothers. So she has some Becks there. I don't drink, but the cola slushy at BK is nasty. Stick to my strawberry quick with ice. I never put ice in strawberry quick. The Answer Jones beers are all 9%. Oh, no, sorry, the Answer Juice beers. So there they got it at 9%. But it's funny, like I wonder if people are not wondering when they see the other juice beers at other places, like, is that really where it's supposed to be at? Whoever headed up QC needs to be fired. I don't buy the excuse. Everyone has made Kool-Aid. You can't add twice the amount of water and think it would taste the same without adding more Kool-Aid.
Very true. Very true.
Dee. Very true. Yeah.
That'd be a perfect one to copy and paste.
And a great comparison with the Kool-Aid to the juice from 450.
Good stuff.
Dolly says you can also wash your hair with beer and fry some great chicken with beer. Yeah, you beer batter food, and there are people that do shampoo with beer. With that leftover beer. So shower Tweety in the house. Cheers, So Tweety. Welcome. Glad you can make it in. Who's that? But that is like the Boston Tea Party. Tea growers dumped the tea, but that was because they did not want to pay tea tax. Well, that was a different type of situation of a dumping. Yeah, they didn't want to pay the tax for that one. But responsible breweries have dumped batches because it wasn't up to par. So that's why some people were kind of asking why maybe they didn't do that at that brewery. But it is what it is. So another thing that happened this week, get me a beer. Man asked for a brew after being shot outside a gas station, following dispute with another man right here in Ohio. So, synopsis of it, basically, it was like I don't know if it was a road race thing, but he had an argument with another driver. The guy that got shot got his gun, started fighting the other guy. The other guy fired back at him. He tried to get away. The police ended up catching the other guy, but this guy that shot at him ended up going to a convenience store and asked for a beer. And the lady was like, "No, I got to help you. You're like shot or whatever." He's like, "Get me a beer." So we all have priorities.
Man, just get me a beer, please. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, this could be my last drink ever.
Yeah,
I just want a beer.
Apparently, the cashier didn't know beer solves everything. So
Might make you bleed out a little bit faster, but
and that goes to the saying: "There's always time. Get your beer on."
That's right.
always time, always.
We also had Great Lakes Brewing is launching 3 new beers in 2020. Their hazy IPA in March, their lemon hefeweizen in April, their smash IPA in June. These are going to be limited release beers. First time they're releasing these. So we all know us 3, Great Lakes does some good beers. So it'll be kind of interesting to see when these ones come out, how they do with them. I think this may be the first time that Great Lakes has released a hazy beer.
What's the Smash IPA? Any ideas? Is it something special or?
Well, Smash is a single malt and single hop. So
okay.
They're only going to work with one malt and one hop. I don't know which ones they are on it, but they just announced the Smash IPA coming in June.
That lemon
Gotcha.
Yeah, lemon hefeweizen. So right in April, you start getting that break in the weather. It'll be a nice one to have. Let me do like the side by side next to one of my favorites for spring. You know what it is, the Bell's Oberon. Get a little. That's when I know spring is here when Oberon comes out.
I should send Joe a big 19.4 ounce one and send it to him. Happy Oberon Day, Joe.
Yeah, there's an Oberon Day. That tells you something right there.
That's right.
In the last festival we went to, the Beer Fest, they actually had Oberon chapstick. So
they did at the one I went to too.
What?
Yeah. And wasn't it you, Eric? Was it you that told me last year, whatever, you saw the Oberon cookies?
Not me.
Somebody had Oberon cookies from Bell's.
Oberon cookies.
Yeah.
No, but I had some of the chapstick too, though.
Yeah.
Does it really taste like Oberon?
That's more orange. It's kind of more
orange blend.
Yeah.
But I can taste it in like a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Great Lakes Brewing is one of my favorite breweries. It's one of about 4. I would say 5, but 4 now because we all know what one of them is.
If I ever come across another one, I'm sending it to Joe.
Yeah, just for you, Joe.
Like, here, you need it more. You're in Buffalo. It snows more there. You'll use it. Then he'll do a video where he's just melting the whole thing with a lighter and just throwing it away.
Yeah. How does it want? I mean, not that we'd ever want Joe to get shot, but if Joe would have been that guy and asked for a beer and she said, "All I have is Oberon." No, give me something.
I'll take water, please.
I'm like, Joe, you want Oberon now? Dolly says, she said, I shoot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. And then she said shot. So she got a little ahead of herself on the typing there. Oh, we got Shannon in the chat. Said he should have asked for a hurricane. So she is there.
That's her new favorite.
Dolly asked Shannon to get on the panel. And then she says alcoholics, like Shannon's not an alcoholic.
And then I asked before the stream started if you've asked Todd about
it. She says Shannon set these dudes straight. If she could.
As if.
We're already setting our ways.
With the slice of lemon and Oberon. No fruit in the beer. No slice. No slice in the Oberon.
Even Blue Moon, you do not garnish it. Do not garnish it. You don't do it.
People do though. I don't know why, but they do.
Well, they tell them to at Coors. I mean,
I know. I don't know why, but they do.
I don't know why. It tastes fine without it. To me, it does. I mean, it's like any other wheat ale.
I mean, if you got a true one like from overseas in Germany, you already have that orange flavor in it. You don't need the fruit. So, Rounder Rob in the house says hello. Cheers, Rob. Welcome, my friend. He said, "Oops, orange." Not even an orange or a lemon. Just noticed the panels like TLC, crazy, sexy, cool. There's no sexy on here. Whoa, Dolly,
Wait,
taking
what?
shots.
It's fighting
Taking
words there.
shots. Dolly's feeling herself today.
Hey, now we're gonna have to ask you to settle down a little bit. All right.
So that was interesting there. Heineken. So Heineken for January is going to give away packs of the alcohol-free beer for dry January. For those that want to do dry January, you'll get 31 alcohol-free beers. They got a website set up that you can go register for. I would think they're going to send you like a voucher or a coupon or something. You have to go to the store to pick them up. But if anybody wants to go dry January, here's an opportunity to get those. Personally, I do want to do a review on one of the 0% beer. So I'm going to go anyway to the site tomorrow to see. And if anything, I at least get one for free.
Go to Heineken's website.
It's not Heineken's. I think it's drypack or something.com. Let me see here.
I mean, they're giving it away. Why not? That'd be worth trying.
Yeah. So if you can get them, you don't have to pay for anything. So the site is JanuaryDrypack.com.
I'd try Heineken non-alcoholic.
And that'll be listed tomorrow starting at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yeah, why did it last?
It's going to be a mad rush to see if you can get one.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be people online. Obviously, it's a promotional thing they're actually doing. It'll be something probably like a Black Friday. We only had like 5, but they don't know that. Then everybody lines up to go after them.
Uh-oh. What's that one, Todd?
It's Listerman's.
I'll put that back up there.
Oh.
It kind of looks like, I don't know, like a little bit of South Park artwork with masks.
Yeah.
It's, what's it called? Pastel con Amigos barrel aged. It's an imperial Mexican cake stout with chocolate, vanilla, cinnamon, peppers, and spices added and aged in bourbon barrels.
Oh, yeah. That's right up my alley.
12.5%. So just a little lightweight one.
12.5.
Take you 8 slushies to get to this, just if you're counting.
And then he still might not be buzzed.
Well, if you take 8 slushies, you have to go to the bathroom at a point, so you have to refill.
That's right.
That, so
it's true.
You're gonna probably need more than 8.
Yeah, I forgot how good this hazy IPA is by St. Adams. This is good.
It really is a good one for a standard, common, easy to find one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think here when they charge them regular price, I think they're like $9.99 or $10.49, but they usually have like an $8.99 for the 6-pack.
What do you get for a 12?
I never got the 12. I don't know what they would be for that. Probably around 14 or 15, I would think. You get a little bit more of a discount if you get the 12.
Yeah, so I think we get $16.99 here.
I don't think I've ever seen a 12-pack of those.
I've seen them.
Yeah,
maybe I just haven't looked for them. I guess probably.
But this is a good standard hazy IPA. It is.
Yeah, it was more surprising than I thought it was going to be when they brought that one out.
Yeah, I thought it was like, oh man, this is gonna suck. And then I had it, and I'm like, man, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna wow you or anything like that, but I was impressed. I was thinking it was gonna be something nowhere near like it is.
Well, I like
catch them on sale too. It's not a lot of times.
I like that one more than I like the Sierra Nevada Little Hazy IPA. I like that one better than that one. And kind of close to what the New Belgium, what they did on theirs.
I almost picked up Pale Ale, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale today. Almost did.
That's an old school throwback right there.
Mm-hmm. In the quart bottle.
Yeah. Let me see here. Let me go back to the comments. I don't like fruit on my meat neither.
What?
Talking about the fruit in the beer, but doesn't like fruit on the meat. Yeah.
Eric's direction on that was somewhere different.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
She's like, where is Shannon? Like Shannon, she's around. She's always around, but
she's lurking in the dark.
Shannon's one of the like feature players, like on Saturday Night Live, kind of one of the ones at the end. They kind of give their name. She's not one of the mainstay players yet, but she gets features. Still in a good run lately, though. We always like having Shannon here. She's sleepy, LOL. You talk enough about her, she'll get out of bed and she will come back.
I was going to say, you just keep commenting. She'll be here shortly.
Yeah.
Like Beetlejuice.
He said, Rob, that's not what I heard. Going back to the meat joke. I'll make it even drier. I'm not drinking it. Cake stout. Fat Boys beer, not you, Rod. Oh, well, thank you, Doc. But you can't call people Fat Boys either.
Come on. Yeah, I was talking to these guys earlier today. I was at the grocery store getting one of these. I can walk by, had my cart walk by a kid. Kid goes, "Hey, that guy's got a big belly." I wanted to turn around and smack that kid right in the side of his head.
Hey, you got a big black eye.
No, I don't. Pow! Now you do.
It is you or Shannon's hubby. Sorry, I forgot your name. Shannon takes your shine. Sorry, she does. It's like,
that hurts.
The names are up there usually, but yeah, I guess they're not up there right now because I have the comment thing going. That's why. Yeah, you can't forget Todd.
Man, I see where I fell. See, already I've fallen from the ranks already. Not that I was ever ranked, but
I think Dolly has a secret crush on Eric, though.
Hey, Dolly.
Eric, you like dogs because she likes dogs.
If it's a little chihuahua, then don't know about the ankle biters.
New California law makes it easy to blur the line between beer and wine January 1st. So this is kind of, we were talking about 450 North earlier, and they would actually do well out there under this. So basically in California, as of January 1st, breweries will be able to make wine and beer under one roof and not have them separated, which will be interesting. So you got a couple of breweries that are now starting experimenting some of the winemaking. They expect more to start happening. So it could be a little interesting play out there. You probably get more beer, wine barreled if you're out in California, which might be something nice to enjoy as well. Because here, like we were talking about 450 North, they have to keep it separate between their two operations. So
here you have to have the distill. If you make spirits, you have to have. You can make them in both, but most of them keep them separate.
Keep them separate, right?
Yeah. There's a couple that have them both in the same building, but most of them keep them in separate buildings.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I mean, you might get some unique type beer designs that start popping up out of California. For breweries, it'll actually work out nicely because now they have another revenue where they can do the beer and the wine, rather than being limited to one or vice versa for wineries as well. So it'll be interesting, something to keep an eye on.
So I got a feeling you'll start seeing a lot more wine aged beers.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could have, a stout aged in a Cabernet or something will come out aged in a Pinot Noir, could be interesting. And you have some stuff out there that does go to wine barrels, but you might see more of it now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can see that. I can see that transitioning into something bigger than some of the few that do it now,
Yeah. Which would be kind of cool to see what they can come up with. And definitely for California helps to drive their economy and give some other opportunities to the breweries. And Shannon, don't encourage Dolly either. She's giving her heart. So. Oh, Todd.
Oh, God.
Thanks.
You wish, Eric. Please, I got 2 boyfriends, a steady side and when I feel like it thing.
That's a little too much information.
Dolly out here.
Man, no wonder it's Miss Happy.
You can't handle this anyway, darling.
Happy ending. Up in Ohio, we had a University of Toledo professor argue that craft beer industry is resurging in local hop production, which is pretty cool. So the craft beer, the increase of the craft beer and the craft breweries are driving more people to do more hop farming, essentially. So
that's a great. It's been surging, hasn't it?
We have one here locally.
around Toledo, it might be resurgent in that area because Toledo's a pretty poor area when you look at it.
Yeah,
So they're seeing opportunities there, maybe popping up from this, and that's why it's fun is to back your local breweries and stuff like that and everything because it's helping the communities that actually grow. That kind of gets into when they're a local brewery, they're trying to get local resources, and you're opening up local opportunities here for other businesses. So that's one of the reasons why I try to go local and independent before any of the big boy stuff. And then out in Iowa, craft beer sales have increased by 16%, while local wine sales have went down. And I only looked at that just because Iowa, people look at it for I don't even know why. I don't even know why we still got to look at Iowa for like the elections. Like everybody's all, well, let's see what Iowa does. Like, what makes Iowa the center of the universe for the political election? I have no idea. No one's ever said why Iowa. Just because they go first doesn't mean they're the best. But
maybe that's because of the trend of what they're how they.
I don't know. I always wondered the same thing.
Has there been a trend of?
I've seen some of the politicians that come out of Iowa, and they're not impressive. So
no,
but
I couldn't do it. I'd beat everyone's ass in there, and I'd get them beat.
But I figure if we're gonna look at Iowa, let's look at the increase in beer sales. That's what we should be looking at in Iowa. Let me see here. Oh, she said LMAO haters.
Haters gonna hate.
She said, this is a great panel when I join. She's all hyped up on Quick right now. So
yeah, too much strawberry Quick.
Player, hey, congratulate.
Yeah. That's what she should be doing.
That was dumb. That was really dumb.
Other thing that came out this week was big if you're out in California, because people have been always wanting to get Pliny the Younger before, but you still have to go to one of the two breweries. However, they're going to be bottling it for the first time in 2020. So you can actually get it bottled, and up to 2 bottles you can take home when you leave the brewery. So
is that some beer that's like
I thought Pliny was already bottled.
Pliny the Younger is the first time it's being bottled. Maybe Pliny the Elder might be bottled.
I thought they both were.
No.
I thought they both were too, Todd.
See right here in the headline, first time.
Well, no, I see that, but which one is the green label? That's Pliny the Younger, I thought.
Pliny the Elder. Let me see.
I'd have to check my Untapped, but I thought I've had them both.
Pliny the Younger is a gray label.
Gray?
Yeah, with the white label, with the white symbol on it, with the writing in it.
So maybe the Elder is
Pliny
the green one.
Pliny the Elder is green.
Okay, so that's probably the one I've had then.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that one always like listed? It used to be listed as one of the top 5 beers in the country, and it's not even bottled.
Well, because you have to go there, but the taste of it is supposed to be phenomenal. It's kind of like the Alchemist. You have to basically go there to get the heady topper.
Yeah.
But that's like seen as one of the top beers out there too.
Yeah, but at least that's canned though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why, but before they weren't bottling it, so you had to go there to drink it. I don't know. I don't know if you could have got crowlers or growlers to take out, but first time they're putting it in a bottle. And Pliny the Younger is supposed to be better than Pliny the Elder, from what I've heard.
I thought Pliny the Younger was like in a reddish colored labeled bottle. But I mean, I guess it's. I mean, they wouldn't put it on there if that wasn't the case. But man, I could have swore it was bottled. Yeah, no, Elder is. I've had that one.
Well, I'll say it's a green label with a red thing on it for Pliny the Elder. So maybe it's the same one you're thinking of.
Well, because I'm thinking it's green and then like a cream colored oval and then red writing in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I think. It's been a while though. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, so that'll be something to look for people out there in that part of the country that can get up to the brewery for sure. Dolly says Iowa has those cornfield dummies, UFOs, Area 51.
Whoa. Let's not call a dummy here, okay? Let's. All right.
Yeah, the 450 North Corn Fest or whatever. It's in a cornfield.
Yeah. Well, look where that's got him.
Yeah, it's running in circles. Dolly says crop circles. Elbows in the house. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, Elbow.
What's up, Elbow?
Got a big. Oh, so he's got a big black. Got a black chocolate stout.
Okay.
Got a black
Right.
chocolate stout from Brooklyn Brewing, 10%. Which that's a good beer from Brooklyn. And even that one, you might be even have like 6 years later. Eric can still be okay.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. You beat me to it. Check the date on that one, Elbow. We're all curious.
Hey, you don't see me laughing, do you?
Not one,
Not yet.
not two, not three, not four, not five, but 6 years.
Hey, what is it with the number 6, Eric?
Yeah.
6
Not one
years, 6
beer.
beers.
Not 2 beer, not 3.
Keep
One
laughing.
more
Keep laughing, guys. Keep laughing.
All of a sudden, Eric's tired. He's got to go to bed.
6, you're at the sign of the beast, my friend. Oh, let me see here. He's an Elbow. What up, beer brother? Cheers and goodwill for the holidays. Yes, and to you as well.
Cheers, man.
It'll be a new year here next week. Rod was repeating what he heard last night. What did I repeat? I heard the big black. Big, that's what she said. Big
She's all, ooh, spitfire tonight.
Woo! Whoa.
Dolly, you are spicy tonight. And let's see here. So here's something. This is in your place, Eric, too. So Michigan.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna bring it up if you didn't.
Michigan breweries are doing a special craft release to help a beer driver that had been diagnosed with brain tumor. So if you see any beers for Noah, that's what it's actually about. So again, another great cause done by the craft beer community. Another reason why it's always good to celebrate some of the local stuff when they're doing things in the community as these things arise. So Eric being in Michigan, he may see these beers more than we see them, but there's a nice little cause out there, where they got together and they're trying to do it and raise some funding as he goes through the brain tumor stuff to try to fight it and everything with the hospitals and stuff.
They were also saying there was some other breweries nationwide that are joining in too.
Oh, that's cool then.
Yeah, there's several from like California they were saying in the article, and then want to say one or two maybe from Colorado, and then you have like Old Nation there in Michigan, and I don't think they went through the whole list. They just named a few. Old Nation is one that sticks out, but I think they did say I think a couple from California. It's kind of starting to get nationwide now, where a lot of breweries are starting to chip in and do the same thing.
I would be surprised if we did it here in Ohio, just because we do have some collabs with some of the beers out of Michigan and stuff. So, but definitely will be supportive of a nice cause there, and hopefully he can make his best recovery as possible.
Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Rod, but I thought they said the guy was only like 28 years old or something.
The picture I saw, he's definitely a younger guy, so you're probably right there. Yeah, he's a younger guy. You just never know when things could happen. That's why it's important to enjoy life when you can.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Why drink beer?
There you go. I've had friends diagnosed with different things, and you hear something like that, or you see something like that, and you realize whatever you thought you had that was bad, it just isn't as bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's for sure. That's for sure. Hey, Elbow, I see you say it's winter 2008. Elbow's in Tampa, right?
He's in Tampa, yeah. So it's a winter 2019 that he got.
Oh, all right.
Talking about the Brooklyn beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was like 55 up here today, 56, close to 60.
Yeah, we were like about 60 or 61, I think.
Same here.
Yeah, it's probably like Eric's a little cooler. I'm a little warmer than Eric, and then Todd's a little warmer than me because he's a little bit lower as you go down. But yeah, we're supposed to be like into the 50s at least through the weekend. And then that storm coming out from California is supposed to bring some more cold weather with it. But that's the funny thing. Right now, the state that's having the most snow issue was California, and they were showing all these different wrecks out there and the snow and
in the upper
wrecking
mountains there.
stuff out there. Yeah, it's just like you think California would be like a warmer type area and be in good shape, but they were getting killed with snow, and then you got some flooding in some places now. Like Arizona, hopefully Joe D is good where he's at, but they're expecting a ton of flooding throughout Arizona this week.
What part of Arizona is he in?
I'm not sure. I don't know if he's in Tucson or Tempe, but I'll have to ask him next time. But they're expecting to get some weather out there. That's pretty bad. So in Chicago, they were jet skiing in Chicago. Like the day after Christmas, they're jet skiing. They've never been able to do that in Chicago for the longest time because it's always usually cold, right? So usually you have to wait till like May or June to do that.
There's one guy who was on Lake Michigan. He did it as a bet, and now it's kind of a tradition. He gets in a Santa suit and goes on his jet ski, and he goes all the way. I don't know if it's just within the city or if it's like all along the coastline, or I don't know. But he's in a Santa suit, goes on a jet ski. I'm like, okay, dude, whatever.
Ride, Santa, ride.
Yeah.
And I got to do this for Shannon. How's it go, Eric?
How's what go?
How's the jet ski go? that one's for you. That one's for you, Shannon. That one's for you.
Sounds like probably Dolly's toy there. So up in the Northeast, and you guys, I don't know if you guys have been up there. Have you ever seen Wawa up there in the Northeast? If you ever been up to visit, but Wawa is like out of Pennsylvania. It's up in New Jersey. I think New York has them, a few areas, but basically it's a lot of people say it's like a convenience store, kind of like a 7-Eleven, but better, right? So they make like fresh deli cuts in there. You get like these hoagies called shorties and all this stuff, but they've actually launched their own craft beer line through Wawa. And I'm not sure who's brewing for them, but apparently the beer is becoming so good that everybody's like grabbing these Wawa beers up there in the Northeast. So for my friends up in the Northeast that have the Wawas, you know, they're kind of pointing to them being a new beer run, that people are just loving the beers they're actually making. So if any of you guys from the Northeast are in here, let me know what you think if you had any of those.
Interesting.
ERRUN beer run.
Dolly said I had the Popeyes plain chicken sandwich. Got my brother a spicy one. They are nice. Yeah, a lot of people have liked them. I mean, I actually hear more people like the Popeyes than they do the Chick-fil-A.
I'm gonna go grab another beer, fellas.
All right.
I was gonna ask her which one would you prefer, Dolly, Popeyes or Chick-fil-A?
Eric said Chick-fil-A is better. Then he ran off. But Chick-fil-A, all you got is the chicken, 2 pickles, and the bun. That's all you got. Like, there's no sauce or anything like that. They don't put any sauce or mayonnaise or anything like that on it. But I think with Popeyes, you got sauce or something in there possibly and some other stuff. And the chicken is a lot bigger on the Popeyes from what I've seen than
I was going to say, they're supposed to be bigger.
Now, I never had Popeyes. And actually, one of the places near us downtown across the river from Cincinnati and Covington, they had a sign up a couple weeks ago saying they had the Popeyes chicken in, but people seem to love it. I mean, I don't know. You don't see people fighting and getting stabbed over at Chick-fil-A like you do at Popeyes.
Yeah, what is that?
Nobody's cut line at Chick-fil-A to get their sandwich, but at Popeyes, you know, it might cost you your life. So people are definitely loving it. Popeyes to Shannon's husband. Todd.
Okay, or whatever. Shannon's husband. That's
but she didn't say
makes her feel better.
Liked. If she
Popeyes. She's saying Popeyes.
She didn't say if she liked the plain or the spicy.
Oh, well, I was asking her between that and Chick-fil-A.
Shannon says, "Thanks, Todd. You're the best." LAMAO.
Shannon, where are you? If we've called your name a billion times, where are you?
You know she won't get on because she's wearing her pajama shirt that she says wasn't her pajama shirt.
Now she'd wear actual pajamas. You'd be like, "No, that's a regular shirt. That's no pajamas."
No, here's my real pajamas,
guys.
She says she likes it plain.
Talking about the chicken, or
spice it up.
Let's tell her Dolly.
Dolly, spice it up for Christ's sake.
Talking about the chicken still? What are we talking about?
Don't choke it.
Wow.
She says, Shannon, come on down. So she's trying to entice Shannon to come on as well.
Wow.
Yeah, keep talking, Shiv. It won't take long.
It's like Candyman. You got to say it, 12, 13 times, and then there she is. I found I had a new admiration for Eli Manning. And Eli Manning, you think of Eli Manning, kind of the goofy guy at quarterback you see him with weird faces and everything. But Eli has been known having a beer guy in every NFL stadium during his career.
During the game?
For after the game. So he had a guy at every stadium that would hook him up with the beers. And after the game, he'd get hooked up with the beers to take back on the game bus.
That's pretty good. I didn't hear that.
I'm like, that's skill right there. I mean, so that gave me a new appreciation for Eli, you know.
Does that make him the GOAT now?
Well, he's the only one that beat the Patriots, right? So,
true, right? That's what I mean. Yeah, does that put him above now?
You beat the Patriots and you get a beer guy at all the stadiums. Yeah, you're pretty solid. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Go ahead, do it.
That's right.
You know? He's got more rings than his brother, so and his dad. And
Yeah.
And his brother and dad combined, he's got more rings. Think about if you were the other brother.
Yeah, how's that conversation? Yeah.
Well, Peyton likes Budweiser because he said right on there, right after he retired, I'm having a Budweiser and going to Disney World. I'm like,
yeah,
you do you.
Yeah, but that might be his promo deals. He may have to say that.
Yeah.
I see Peyton more as a yoo-hoo kind of guy than a beer guy. I can see Eli drinking beer, but Peyton just thinks I'm more of a yoo-hoo type thing or something.
I think we all we don't really know how funny Peyton Manning is when he does.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Anybody wants to see how funny Peyton is, go and go on YouTube and put on Saturday Night Live. With the kids. He's doing like the
football. It's like the
football
little brother, the big sister, big brother, or whatever. Yeah.
One of the funniest things ever. No, Peyton's hilarious. I like some of his State Farm commercials are pretty funny too. So no, he's good. He has a new show. I just watched part of it the other night. And it's like Peyton around the country or around the league or whatever, but he travels around and he talks with players. So he stopped and talked to one of the old Miami kickers and who used to be a barefoot kicker. And basically he was trying to kick field goals barefooted and figuring out why this guy never wore shoes and stuff. And then he went to another place, talked to Chris Carter, who did something. And he just goes around the league. I can't remember what channel it's on, but it's a show that Peyton does. That's pretty good.
I'd like to see that. Yeah, I was going to say, what channel is that on? And it's not NFL Network or anything, is it?
Was it the NFL? Let me take a look here.
I'd like to see that.
Pull it up here. It's called Peyton's Places. It's on ESPN. It says ESPN Plus, but I watched it on TV on ESPN. There was one thing like he dressed up as Elvis to play backyard football. He goes to 100 years of the league. He does different stuff, but he interviews different players and stuff as well.
I think he did one where he was at where they make the actual official NFL footballs.
Yeah,
I think he was at that one.
But it seems to be a newer show that just launched this year. I don't know when it launched, if it was at the beginning of the football season or what, but it's pretty good.
That'd be funny to watch. I want to see that.
He's asking a guy that was a kicker, because he was kicking during snow and stuff, and it was showing he's like, so you just come around with no feet. What do you do? You're out there and it's snow and all kinds of things walk around. He's like, oh, no, I got a moon boot. And Peyton what is a moon boot? And it was this old 1980s type thing that you would see in a 1980s movie where he kept his foot in it to keep his foot warm and stuff. And then we had to go kick. You go out there and he was kicking snow away with his feet and everything to get a spot. And Peyton tried to kick and he's he was hurting his toes trying to kick this guy was kicking. And it's just just to understand why a guy wouldn't want to wear shoes.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
He doesn't have any feeling in it.
Yeah. But let me see. Check the comments here. Da, 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 da. Let it go way back up. Comments came in a little bit more. Elbow said there's Wawa here in Florida. I didn't know they had craft beers in that beer cave. Yeah, so yeah, if you see them, Elbow, let us know what you think because we don't have any Wawas out here where we're at towards the Midwest. But
Yeah, there's none up here in Michigan for sure.
See what the people are talking about how good they are. So if you see them there, let us know. Wawa uses 2SP Brewing Company, so that's who actually brews for them. Then, all right. Didi, have you had any of the Wawa beers? If you had, let us know as well. I'd be kind of curious. Saw a commercial with Joe Namath. I think that's his name. My pop says he was good. Joe Namath. Yeah, that was Joe Namath.
Joe Namath.
He was good. He won a Super Bowl. He was an Alabama Crimson Tide player. Blake's in the house. What's going on, Blake? I have no kids.
What's going on, Blake?
Santa don't care. It's like, homie, don't play that.
Blake, have you pounded on them drums yet?
Oh, yeah, he's a drum setter because he was having that party at his house. Miss Happy said, I forgot what he was selling. Yeah, you're probably checking out Joe with your feisty self. She says hello to Blake. Peyton Manning has 2 Super Bowls as well. Oh, did he get a second one?
Yeah, he won one in Denver, too.
I forgot he did one in Denver. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I forgot that one there. Yeah, because he had one for the longest time, but he did get the one in Denver. And the one in Denver, he didn't really do anything, though. It was like everybody else won it for him.
Yeah, it was who was it?
Defense, special to defense.
And who was the running back?
That was against Carolina, wasn't it?
Was it against Carolina?
Yeah, because that's when they had the guy with the glasses at linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he sacked him in Cam Fun. That's why I don't remember, because I was a Panthers fan at that time. I kind of blocked it out of my head.
Von Miller, I think who it was.
Von Miller.
I blocked that one out because I was a Panthers fan at the time. So that's what happened. Yeah, that's when they had C.J. Anderson, I think, was the running back.
I was going to say Anderson, yeah. I was going to say Portis, but that was after Portis. Need my brother here. He's a Denver Bronco fan. He would tell me.
Shannon says, I'm in bed listening to you guys. I'm about to fall asleep.
Oh, Shannon.
We're boring and we're putting you to sleep or what? Wawa also uses Hardywood Park Craft Brewery and Coppertail Brewing Company. So, yeah, okay, so 3 different breweries. I mean, they're obviously doing something like Trader Joe's where they're having a brewery put stuff under their name. But I'm just hearing, and I've seen a lot of articles talking about how good their beers are.
So when are they? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Didi said, I'll let you know what they taste like. My daughter passed Wawa store in the way in North Carolina from Maryland. Yeah, let us know because I'm interested to hear how good they are compared to what I'm seeing online. Go ahead, Todd.
I was just wondering, are they carrying them in all of them in all states, or is it certain ones? I wonder.
I don't know if they're in all of them. I didn't see there. I mean, if there's anywhere the store can sell beer, I would think they would put them into them if possible.
Yeah.
Now, next year, I'm actually going back up to New Jersey for my mom's 75th birthday next August. Mm-hmm. So I will be getting some beer there from Wawa just to check it out. Because I'm going to Wawa anyway. I'm going to get some hoagies when I'm there. But I'm going to definitely bring some beer back. Now that cool. I know you put all your beer in your suitcase as much as you want, and you don't have to, you just check the bag. So I don't have to worry about trying to ship it back to me.
Game on.
Suitcase. I have to worry about baggage handlers going through there, though. Coppertail is in Tampa, Elbow said. So you might actually have a chance there. Yeah, I see Johnson was against Cam Newton, so that's probably why.
Cam Newton.
That's why I had the blockage there. Because remember, that was the one he got stripped, and people said he didn't go down to try to get the fumble hard enough when he got stripped. Yeah. Now it's all coming back to me.
Cam Newton.
Peyton is so much better than Eli. Oh, we know that. It was all.
Oh, that's a given.
It was all
given, John.
But I don't know if Peyton had a beer guy at every stadium. So, what are your guys' Super Bowl picks right now? I'll let you guys.
Ravens Saints.
Think more than me.
Ravens Saints.
Todd.
I'd probably have to agree with that. Ravens and AFC for sure.
Well, just keep in mind, Eric.
NFC, maybe the Niners.
I'll say keep in mind, Eric just can't say Packers.
I can't say Packers.
He can't
I
say
cannot.
Packers, so
Nope.
I'm gonna go out and say Ravens and Niners just to be different.
Ravens and Niners. That'd be interesting.
Wow,
matchup.
Ravens, Niners. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. Niners have been doing well.
Or hell, you could even throw Seattle in that mix. It's kind of wide open in the NFC, really.
So what do you guys-
Speaking of that fucking Quandre Diggs trade was stupid by Detroit to give him to Seattle because it made Seattle way better quick.
Well, what do you think about Marshawn Lynch coming back to Seattle?
That's awesome. That is.
That's
awesome.
what I was just going to say.
Yeah, you know that if it would have been funny if they caught a comment like him coming back and then meeting with Pete Carroll, and he's like, "If I come back, are you going to give me the ball at the 2-yard line this time?"
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say.
I'm curious to see how productive he'll actually be sitting out that long, though.
Well, they claim he's in shape.
Well, he's 33, so he's still got a little bit of a beast thing. He may not get the full load like he had before, but I'm sure he can still run through some people.
Mm-hmm. They claim he's in shape.
Yeah.
Well, you could be in shape, but to actually go out and take a beating on hits and stuff like that's a little different too.
Yeah.
Of course,
yeah.
I guess it ain't any different coming back from an injury, though. I guess so. It'd be interesting to see.
What was Bettis when he? And that was the other like Peyton, like when he did the show, he like visited Jerome Bettis and they had pretty good conversation and stuff too. But I think Bettis was maybe 36 or so when he retired.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Somewhere in that yeah. And he was talking about how he wanted to be a Ram the whole time, but he wasn't going to be getting the ball as much. And he thought he couldn't do what he's going to be able to do. He knew he could, and that led him into going to Pittsburgh and tearing it up for them.
And the rest is history.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dee Dee says she's coming down next week, so I would get some. Awesome. Looking forward to hearing about those. Arizona in the house. What's going on, my friend? Cheers out in Arizona. Hey, we were just talking about Arizona. So, first of all, hopefully you're safe because apparently Arizona's getting a lot of flooding out there. But secondly, yeah, big game this weekend. It's time for Ohio State against Clemson. It's going to be an interesting game. I don't know. It's going to be definitely an exciting game Saturday night. So I'll definitely be tuned in for it.
This Saturday night.
I did pick the Buckeyes on the Eclectic Beer Show over the Tigers, though. I did go. I think Ohio State is going to beat Clemson, but you can't count out Clemson.
Yeah, I just wonder
if it was a confidence vote, I'd probably be at a 1, but I'm thinking they can do it.
I mean, we'll just have to see how well Clemson comes to the table. Are they going to come ready to play, or are they going to come like playing to their competition all throughout the rest of the year?
Yeah. Well, I saw the interview today. They had a clip and they were interviewing the quarterback and stuff, and he was talking about how he's not going to
sunshine,
try not to turn the ball over and all that kind of stuff. He has to realize how to do that. And I'm like, he might be a little tight come Saturday. He might be afraid to make some passes because he might make it that turnover thing in his head. But Dabo's going to do what he needs to do to try to get those guys hyped up. But
yeah,
I mean, between Fields and then having Dobbins in the backfield, and then you got Chase Young in the other line wreaking havoc that frees up the other players. You got NFL prospects there at corner and safety. They got a great shot of knocking off. I mean, they are ranked at number 2 and Clemson 3, but they still got a good shot of taking them down. So,
yeah, I think the game to watch is Ohio State Clemson. I think LSU Oklahoma will be LSU by big.
I'm hoping so.
The funnest game to watch might be that game though, because they're going to score probably first one to 70 wins.
With Ohio State and Clemson?
No, LSU,
yeah.
Yeah, because Oklahoma scored to them. They just can't play no defense. So both those teams are going to score. I don't know. LSU, you're probably right, Eric. LSU probably will run it up big on them.
With Oklahoma, you got Jalen Hurts that basically was an SEC quarterback going to the Big 12. So he's not going to be intimidated by SEC team. And he's played against LSU teams in the past. So it's going to be kind of interesting. They'll be dictated by how he does, but he'll be able to find some nooks and crannies against LSU, although LSU is definitely my clear favorite to win it all and to beat them. But
yeah. Ohio State, LSU has definitely been the top 2 teams all season long.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Ohio State might be. I don't know. It's hard to say. Haven't seen enough LSU play, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think the storyline for the NCAA would love to have LSU and Ohio State against each other. Like, one, that gets a lot of viewers onto the game, but 2, you have that Joe Burrow connection between the 2 schools as well. So Could definitely be interesting. Johnson, yeah, this year there are so many contenders. Anyone can take it. Shannon says, are you going to be doing any live group chats tomorrow or Saturday? Probably not, because I'm limited on how much time I have left until January 3rd. So probably we'll just be doing another beer flow next week, depending on how much time is left on the meter, so to speak. It's like I'm in a parking meter right now. We'll see. People do want to do the question game against Shannon, so I'll have to see how much time I have left to try to maybe work something in. But that could be something this weekend. We could try to do something. Well, Saturday, it'd have to be late Saturday because 8 to 11, that's game time with the other game. Or it could be something like on Sunday. Matt Patricia is on the chopping block next year.
Yes, he is. He's on the hot seat.
I can't believe they brought him back as bad as they said he was doing. But they brought back the GM as well, right? And the GM wasn't.
Yep, Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia are back.
Yeah. It's funny. I was here, in Cincinnati where I'm at, watching the news the other night. And even my wife was laughing. Like the sportscaster was talking about the Bengals losing last week to Miami and was all happy and jolly about it. And, they got Cleveland this week, but they were just happy because now they got the number 1 pick locked down. And I'm like, I've never seen a town so happy to settle into mediocrity. It's like
so happy to suck.
It's like you guys you get into the Bengals don't do anything. Now you're having the number 1 pick. How many times have you guys had number 1 pick and it didn't work out?
Well, same thing with us.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just to be so happy about it. It's kind of like that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to be the last one. If they lose to the Browns, would have been their worst record in franchise history for a season. But the Reds are the same way. Their soccer team, FC Cincinnati's the same way. It's kind of like the team's like, oh well, there's always next year. It's like, really? Is there? Is there?
Would it be like
is there
1 in 15? Was it 1 in 15?
They'll be 1 in 15 if they lose to the Browns.
If they lose, yeah.
Which the Browns probably will beat them because the Browns, I think, are a better team now than the Bengals are.
I don't know, man. I don't know who's going to win that game. To be completely honest.
Be a 0-0 tie.
Yeah. And they're saying this is probably the last year for Andy Dalton being here. Which actually, they pulled up his stats. His stats were better than I thought they were.
He's actually been pretty good. He's actually been pretty good for them considering.
He's got a few Bengals records. He beat Kenny Anderson on some of his records and stuff.
His offensive line, for most parts around him, especially in the last few years, has just been not good.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to get off the field either, Todd.
Right, yeah.
But he'll probably end up with some other team. I don't know. Sometimes people leave the Bengals and they get on teams that win a Super Bowl or something. So he'll probably end up going somewhere.
A backup, maybe. He'll be like, dude, I'm good with being the backup.
Just like Cincinnati Reds.
To be a backup quarterback in the league, they say is one of the best jobs you can actually have for as much as you're getting paid, not having to play as much. So
yeah.
Hell, I'm thinking third string, especially if teams that carry a third string.
Yeah.
Those guys are never getting in.
Like when we were young, When we were young, they had third string quarterbacks. Hell, they used to have fullbacks when we were kids. They didn't have fullbacks as much anymore. I mean, Mike Allstott was a household name.
Yep.
He was. William Barr Floyd, he would run you over. So they used to have some good fullbacks back in the day, but they kind of got rid of it. Although some teams have started to dabble in it again, but that's just the evolution of the league and stuff. So Arizona said everyone is picking Clemson. He said, and John is saying Clemson takes that. I'm not sold that Clemson's going to win that game. Lots of rain here in December. Yeah, you guys have a ton of rain, and you had the storm coming through that was causing the snow in California right now. So they were showing today that there was some flooding expected in places. I agree. The Ohio State secondary is scary, like I said, and
they're scary all over the field.
A few bad throws, and they're picking off passes in that secondary. Jalen Hurts has a lot to play for. Yeah, he does. He has that thing to come back, after leaving Alabama to see if he can get to a title game and not, Alabama didn't. It's kind of a nice little storyline in there as well. OU has no defense, right? They have to score a lot of points.
Yeah.
Smith Anderson, welcome, new viewer. Cheers. Nice to have you on here.
What's going on, dude?
LSU game is a joke. LSU would destroy Oklahoma. Yeah, but you never know. Like on paper, you think that, but then there's some games in college where you can't predict the kids how they play.
Watch them upset them.
I was gonna say that'll be the upset game right there. Yeah. Nobody's predicting it.
I remember the year that we beat. I think it was Georgia. When West Virginia played Georgia back a few years. Well, I guess it was maybe like 10 years ago or something. We played them that's back when we had Rich Rod in like the bowl that was in like Georgia. It was like the Sugar Bowl or something like that. And we ended up beating them like 38-35 or whatever. But we jumped up like 28-0 on them. People were like just shell shocked during that game. You just never know sometimes when these teams get together.
Hey, Rich Rod, why don't you come to Michigan?
Yeah, first he tried to screw us, then he tried to screw you guys. Yeah.
Fuck you, Rich Rod.
2 states he can't go to anymore, West Virginia or Michigan.
They get railed out of town.
Yeah.
Railed out of the state, I think is what it is.
Yeah, he said he won't be intimidated, but his defense will. Talking about
exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Don't forget to smash that like button. Thanks, Eric. LSU corners will lock up Creedy Lamb. St. X football in Cincinnati is best athletic program in the city. St. X is a lot of talk. Are you in Cincinnati, John? St. X is a big program here. Ravens fullback to the Pro Bowl. Who is the fullback on the Ravens now? You know, Eric? All I hear about is the quarterback all the time. Who was a stud at Louisville when he played there. Let's see here. Oh, the other thing I saw was Modern Times Beer, which is huge in San Diego, obviously. Usually we have Beer Hound on here who's out in that area. But they're going to be opening a brew house in Oakland called the House of Perpetual Refreshment. So if you're in Northern California, you're about to get Modern Times as well. And
Lodi Beer Company out of California.
Oh, there you go. Oh, now you put it back up. Yeah. And I've had Modern Times. Actually, at one of the beer fests, we do get them now, like at Jungle Gyms. We may get them at Party Source as well. I'm not sure, but they make some good beer. I can see why they're looked at as strongly out in California. But there's a lot of good breweries out in California that do some really good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, I'm enjoying this Hop Avenger IPA. It's my second one. I'm going to have a celebration to cap it off here.
Yeah, this New England IPA is
how did you get
pretty good?
Weed? Put that back up. Who did we get weed up here? How'd you get it there?
My cousin brought it up from Bloomington when he came up for Christmas.
So in Bloomington they had
No, somebody he knew got him a 6-pack of it. Went to, I don't know if they went to North Carolina. I'm not sure how he got it, but he's like, here, I brought you these. Have you ever had it? I was like, yeah, I've had that one before. I can get these when we go down to Tennessee.
Also, Tennessee has wicked family distribution. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't get it in Kentucky, and I haven't seen it in Ohio. It's like you would think AB and Bev being your parent company now, you'd have it everywhere, but still not seeing it.
But as I'm sitting here opening, I'm like, damn, 2 of the 3 beers are AB and Bev stuff tonight. Because they know who has a platform now, and is it AB?
Yeah, AB. Yeah. Yeah, you're supporting the monster.
Yeah, I know. I'm not on purpose. Well, I didn't buy this one, so not really. But I guess I am by drinking it.
You bought the platform pre-purchase.
Pre-purchase.
No, I wish I could say that, but I didn't.
John said it was Patrick Card. That's the full. I've heard that name before. Okay, he's a fullback out there in Baltimore.
Excuse me.
Pitt has tied up the game. 2020 going to the fourth quarter. I've got Eastern Michigan picked in this bowl game, so hopefully they can get the win here.
I don't know if who's the coach for Eastern Michigan.
Oh, I don't know. I just couldn't pick Pitt because that was always our.
He used to be the Michigan defensive coordinator.
That was our nemesis in college. I couldn't pick Pitt.
He used to be the Michigan defensive coordinator.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How long ago did he leave?
Oh God, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Because you guys had a good Michigan defense a while back. I'm just wondering if when he left, if it started like trailing down.
Well,
after
we're
he
good
left.
against all the rest of the Big Ten. It's just when you go to against Ohio State, we kind of forget what we do.
Yeah. Well, Ohio State makes that happen to a lot of people. They got to figure out something. I mean, Harbaugh 5 times losing against Ohio State.
Yeah, but he's a
Longest.
messiah here, Rod. He's a messiah here. He ain't
Well,
going.
you used to always say like if you had to win one game, it was against Ohio State, or if it was Michigan, it was against. If it was Ohio State, it was against Michigan. But apparently, he's proven that doesn't have to be the case. I guess.
Well, I think it's not fair. Who is the quarterback for Ohio State?
Fields.
Yeah, Fields. I think Fields is correct. He said Michigan does not take this game seriously. I think that's the actual truth. I don't think Michigan takes it seriously. They're like, just another game.
Yeah.
So well, for those teams like that, they don't take bowl games seriously if it's not a big game, you know.
Well, I'm talking about the Michigan.
These are about Michigan, Ohio State. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Like they may not respect the rivalry, possibly. I guess
because they lost many times. I mean, like, is it a rivalry anymore? No, I don't.
Well, you got to win sometimes to keep it a rivalry. If you're not winning, then it ends up being a rivalry. So it becomes a beatdown after a point.
But I don't buy that too much either, though, because they're usually, Ohio State's always the marquee team. So you would think you'd want to.
I mean, both teams usually bring back in the players. Like, I'm sure Ohio State, they bring in like Galloway and Chris Carter and all them. And Michigan's bringing in Desmond Howard and all these guys and try to power them up when they can.
I just think it's coaching. I don't think the coaches, maybe Harbaugh. Well, even with Harbaugh, they're not really coaching any of the guys up to be better players than when they started than when they leave.
I agree, Eric.
It's just kind of even keel, kind of like there's no upward progression with any of the Michigan players. Well, I mean, look at Peoples-Jones. Peoples-Jones is our best wide receiver, and he's been kind of flatlined all through his career.
Yeah. Well, they've had some trouble getting him the ball as well because he draws so much coverage, and the other people haven't helped him out, the other receivers either. So,
well, you can look at Cody White at Michigan State. Michigan State ain't all that great, but that's another one. I thought he was gonna kind of break out. Nope, has the dropsies too much.
Break on through to the other side. And then, let's see, Arizona said Ohio State's last 3 opponents, Penn State, Michigan, and Wisconsin, Clemson, Wake Forest, South Carolina, and Virginia. And they really needed Virginia to be ranked so they could beat the hell out of them in that game. And Arizona said solid argument. However, I don't think, John said that, I don't think OSU played athletes better than what Clemson has. There's some people that think the Big Ten isn't as strong as some of the other ones, some of their teams in there.
But it's the flagship of Big Ten football. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. But it wasn't like Penn State was a slouch this year either.
No, they weren't. They should have kept with Ohio State.
I feel like Wisconsin just got, intimidated by Ohio State or something like that. They were playing good up to that game.
Mm-hmm.
KJ Hamler is the best athlete they faced. Blake, Eric says, want to be a Cowboy? Maybe because he needs help on the Cowboy bandwagon.
Blake, I'm here to tell you, fuck no.
And that's from a Lions fan, brother.
Lions fan, yeah. You take Garrett and punt him out, I would say.
There's people that like to see Garrett gone for sure. John said Harbaugh is a scrub. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't done anything, but he's won everywhere else, but here.
Yeah.
I mean, really, look what he did. Look what he did with San Diego State when he was there. Look what he did when he was Stanford. Look what he did when he was with the 49ers. Took him all the way to the Super Bowl, but you can't get you can't get Michigan past Ohio State in your own division.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
Well, it's kind of like he's getting. I should say this point he's getting out coached. Before this year, he was going against Urban Meyer, who was a great college coach that won at Florida and Ohio State. So that could have been out coached. But I thought this would be the year he would get through with the new coaching staff coming in. But they seem to out coach him as well.
I don't know what it is.
Arizona says, I love Jim Harbaugh. Keep him.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
Elmo says, I like Space Dust. I support the monster too. Well, there's definitely times I think we've all paid to the monster. I mean, you talk about Space Dust and Elysium. I like their Night Owl. I think their Night Owl is one of the better pumpkin beers out there that
I
you
like
can actually
their
get.
IPA.
It's really good.
I like their IPA.
The Space Dust, yeah. Space Dust is good. So, there's and what was the other one they had? They had a stout that's really good too. Split Shot is a good one from Elysium as well. If they make good beer, they make good beer. There's nothing wrong with enjoying it and stuff. So, like I said, I drink my share of Lagunitas when I pick that up. I get my share of Avery. Avery is owned by Mau San Miguel, just like Founders is. To an extent.
I like Lightning Kugel's Cream Dark or Creamy Dark.
I never had that one from Lightning Kugels.
It's like is it a stout? Is it a porter?
So the last porter I've had from them was a Snowdrift Vanilla Porter, which I do like that one.
Is it a porter or I can't remember what it is.
It's called Creamy Dark.
Yeah, Creamy Dark. Lightning Kugel's Creamy Dark.
Yeah, to me, if they've left them alone, it seems, for the most part on most of these. So
right.
Supposedly it's just going to widen the distribution, although it doesn't seem to have happened with Wicked Weed, but with a lot of those. So it's like if they leave them alone, they're still making good beer under the same brand, even though they're owned by, I don't know. I can see both sides of it, I guess, but like I said, platform makes still good stuff. I may not seek it out as much as I used to, but if I got something that interests me, I'm still going to buy it.
Creamy Dark is pretty interesting. Dark lager with rich, nutty cocoa flavor.
Oh, it's a dark lager. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
you definitely like your lagers.
But I didn't get any coconut from it when I had it.
No coconut, cocoa.
Oh, cocoa. I thought you said cocoa.
Oh, you'd have known the coconut was in it, my friend.
Yeah, I would have been like,
you send that shit to Joe.
Drain pour.
Joe, drink this.
4.9 ABV. It says available year round, but I've never seen that one.
It's here year round. I can get it.
The Canoe Paddler Kolsch is one I actually can enjoy from time to time too.
I like Sam Adams Cold Snap too. Speaking of,
I do like Cold Snap from Sam Adams. Good old Liney's.
You like their shandies, right?
Yeah, right up there, right at the top of the list. Yeah, drain pour list that is. Harbaugh more interested in Skull than coaching.
Wow.
Does he chew on it? Or does he spit all the time?
I don't think he chews. If he does, he doesn't do it at games.
It might just be his jaw.
A Jay Leno jaw?
Possibly. Yeah.
He's got a unique jaw for sure.
All right. I'm going to go to the restroom and I'm going to get one more brewski if we're going to keep going here.
All right. I think we will because I'm good to go right now. I think, Ty, you just poured yours. So
I did.
So throw that there. I forgot to mark my beers on Untapped. I need to put those in right now.
I'll do that later.
Yeah. But it's like once I have it, I don't really rate them out anymore because I've already had them.
Yeah.
I just mark them in there so I can just track them. I'm like, do I really want to still market it? You know what I did notice? Beer Advocate, they actually tried to make their interface a little more friendlier, it looks like. So now you can just tag them in there to score them for yourself or whatever without having to answer a whole bunch of information about the product.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, which used to turn me off about their website. But I do like it in one regard because you can put it in there how you rate it for the look, the feel, the beer overall, and all that stuff, and it gives you more of a solid thing than just saying this feels a certain way for me.
I haven't been on their website for a while.
Yeah, got their app here. Yeah, Urban Meyer 7-0 against Exogen.
Exogen.
It gets that school up north. Come on, get that touchdown, son. Eastern Michigan in the house. Anybody that beats Pitt, I am always on board with. But yeah, See, Todd's talking to Shannon, but Shannon's not getting on yet.
Nah, I'm actually talking to my daughter.
Oh, I thought it was Shannon over there. I saw the reflection in the window. I thought it was Shannon over there. Yeah, it's just kind of interesting to see that whole side of the rivalry that was supposed to be that Michigan needs to win a few of those games. It's starting to get away from them. Oh, the Willatize. Nice beer to get. I got to get that one, so we can't find it anywhere here. So everybody seems to enjoy that one.
It's good. I've always enjoyed it every year.
Definitely recommend anybody going to Chicago to. Well, Eric, you've been there, but you didn't get there until late. But the Lagunitas brew, if you can get there and do the tour thing, it's pretty fun.
That place is huge. When I first went in there, I thought, "Oh my God, am I going into a strip club or something?"
Yeah, the neon in the front entranceway kind of throws you off a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
the security guard at the front of the desk kind of throws you too.
So now I'm cracking open the Celebration.
Ooh, that's the one I
Sierra
haven't
Nevada.
tried yet. I can still get it, but I haven't tried it.
In the words of Dave Chappelle doing Rick James, it's Celebration, bitches.
What is this one? 12.8? No, 12.4.
Oh yeah, 12.4. Yeah, this is a little one. This is only 7.8 or 9, I think.
How many of those you got left, Eric?
2 more. I got a 4-pack.
No, I take it back. It's 6.8. It was smaller than I thought it was.
I've got one, but I still haven't cracked it yet.
It's good. It's good, Todd. You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it.
I'm thinking this is the weekend I'm going to do the Epic Baptist beers, starting them out.
I still got a lot of the Baptist beers, Ron. So if you want to do a collab or something, let me know and I'll pull one out and we'll do one.
Yeah, we can definitely look to do something there. Well, which ones you got and everything.
I got everything but the vanilla brandy one.
Yeah. Nice.
I hate we don't get those here.
The
Epic in general.
Yeah.
They distro here, but I guess we don't sell it enough that our local shops here don't carry any of them.
And even in Louisville, you don't get it, right?
I've never seen it. Yeah, I've never seen it.
How far are you from Louisville?
It's about 7 miles.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. I'm at mile marker 7, so north of the river.
The last 18 games against Michigan, Ohio State is 16-2.
Get that off the screen.
Yeah, that's not the definition of a rivalry anymore.
Hey, well, Arizona, look right here.
What's they gonna do with the Ohio State, Michigan now?
I'm just saying for losers. Y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true.
Eric, I don't feel so bad. I root for losers too. So,
who do you think has had the worst fan base, the Lions or the Browns, over the years and the pain they've had?
I bet. If there's ever a Lions Browns Super Bowl, dude, you want to talk about two fan bases that are just going to go nuts for each other. We're all going to be celebrating each other, man.
Well, I think the Browns won a championship more recent than the Lions. The Lions did win under the old NFL.
Yeah, under the NFL.
Yeah, yep. And the Browns did before they made the merger and stuff when Jim Brown was back there. So, but
ours was in 57. I think theirs was maybe the next year, 58.
I mean, literally, it's kind of like, or figuratively and literally, the Lions and the Browns are like the old Cubs and Red Sox. So eventually, it's going to happen. It's got to happen at some point.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, if the Browns and the Lions ever get a Super Bowl, dude, we're going to celebrate together. We are. We don't care who wins. We'll just celebrate together.
That would be great to see them get there. Although you'd hate to see them get kind of against each other because you knew one would have to lose, but it would be epic. I mean, people might think it'd be the end of the world if they're both in the same Super Bowl.
They would be like, is the end of the world going on? What the hell?
But then on the flip side, at least you know one of them is going to win.
Yeah. Said Arizona said Browns saw it every game for the last 50. Oh, they're dedicated for sure. And they're probably more
Arizona.
dedicated than Detroit.
Hey, Arizona, we sold out the stadium when we were 0-16.
Oh,
That year we
really?
were
You guys were
winless.
still selling out back then?
Yes, they were still selling
I
out.
take it back. I guess you guys are dedicated as well.
The team was competitive. They just could never finish. Kind of like this year after the injuries came.
And John said Baker Mayfield really fell apart this year. Yeah, well, was it him falling apart or was it more teams figuring him out, I wonder? Because usually that sophomore year is a tough year. Your second year in the league, if you're a quarterback, teams have kind of got onto you a little bit.
Well, I think the offensive coordinator kind of to be a little bit more, not necessarily creative, but kind of maybe do bootlegs and maybe slant passes, because there's a lot of teams that don't do slant passes in the NFL. And they would get them like 5-6 yards every time they try it.
Yeah, I mean that's the slant's the old base of the West Coast offense, and some teams have gotten away from it. I guess doing more of a spread or something.
I also think teams came in more prepared to not overlook them because they got Odell Beckham and was it Landry from Miami? I think they made some pretty big pickups.
Yeah, they did
in the offseason. So I think teams were ready for him more so than had they just kind of stayed, even kill and just come in like they were last year and be like, okay, we're here.
Yeah. No, it's hard to bounce back, especially like I said for Baker, rather, for him being a second year. Usually that second year catches up on quarterbacks. It'll be the third year how you make that adjustment and then come out and then going forward from that point. So,
well, John, you said Mahomes and Lamar didn't backtrack, but they had pretty good teams behind them. They had pretty good teams.
Probably more talent and stuff around them as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this is actually technically Mahomes' third season, though.
It's Mahomes' third season, right? So, yeah. So it's not his second one.
Did Alex Smith retire or where'd he go?
I don't know if Alex Smith's still there or not. But it's his backup.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure either.
He said Lamar didn't backtrack. Well, Lamar's a unique in that regard, too. It's kind of like an adjustment. He's able to do things to adjust more than maybe some of the other quarterbacks. So he's definitely more than one-dimensional, right? So he has the running, he has the throwing. His recognition is off the charts when he sees stuff. So most of your rookie quarterbacks, I don't think, have that development.
Uh-oh. Rod stopped.
I stopped. Am I back now?
There you go. Now
you're back now.
Yeah, so I was saying he's more an exception to the rule because of all the different ways that he has, the way he reads, he runs, he throws. A lot of quarterbacks take time to develop into that. So there's always an exception to it. Lamar's definitely an exception to what most quarterbacks are in their second year. So him turning the ball over, talking about Blake, I believe there. He's saying Blake Baker. I don't know why I'm saying Blake. And so did the Browns. I think that was talking about maybe the players around them. Because they did bring in OBJ, like you mentioned, some other stuff. Arizona said 2 teams with the most talent, Browns and Cowboys, both suck.
Well, I think it's the Garrett needs to kind of open his playbook a little bit, or whoever offensive coordinator is, he needs to open their playbook a little bit and let Prescott do what he does best, kind of scramble and throw the ball instead of being a pocket passer. I mean, yes, there are times to be a pocket passer, but if he's getting pressured, tell him to, if you feel pressured, run.
Well, Dak was getting out of the pocket, so it might be they're trying to keep him in it now. Whatever. I don't know. I never understand why coaches try to go against the talent they have in that player. You know what I mean? Yeah. So some players, they try to do stuff that ends up limiting what they can actually be doing out there.
John said Michael Vick did. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying John said Mayfield had better wideouts than both Lamar and Mahomes.
But, yeah, having better wideouts, yeah, okay. But if Baker Mayfield can't scramble or anything, then he's screwed.
Yeah, I was going to say, if his line's not good, then it doesn't matter how good your quarterback is.
Yeah.
I mean, it does to a certain extent, but if they're on their, look at the Colts, for instance.
Yeah.
Well, Luck was, last year came back as player of the year, but their line was awesome.
Yeah.
2 years ago, before he got hurt, they were awful. He got sacked the most in it, ever.
Yeah, the Browns need to invest in an offensive line. If they want to keep the players that they got to invest in an offensive line. As well as Detroit and Dallas probably too does too.
Uh-huh.
Needs to.
The years they won the Super Bowl, look at that line that Emmett was running behind, and Troy had to protect them. I mean, you could have put anybody back behind that line; they were going to gain 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that Mahomes has that might have goes against him is he also has Andy Reid as the head coach who has trouble getting teams with talent over the hurdle to win the big games.
True.
I mean, he got the Eagles to the Super Bowl, but they couldn't get it done. But he's had the Chiefs teams out there the last few years with great talent, haven't been able to get it done. Says ESPN jumps on the bandwagon every year. This year's Lamar, next year will be someone else. Oh yeah, probably the next year will probably be praising. If Joe Burrow goes to the Bengals, he probably won't be getting praised as much because he's probably gonna get sacked a lot. I'm like, please, Cincinnati, don't kill another quarterback career.
Yep.
My thing is, I would rather them take Chase Young and get a good free agent quarterback. People are like, well, you don't want to give up a quarterback that might be a top person for a defensive end. But I'm like, how many quarterbacks come out that flop? You never know who's going to do what. I mean, Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. When he came out with Peyton Manning, everybody thought Ryan Leaf was better than Peyton Manning. So people put these beliefs in the quarterbacks. They don't always work out that way. So,
well, Tom Brady went to Michigan, and I knew what he could do. I'm like, dude, he's when the Patriots picked him, I'm like, dude, he's a fucking steal. He'll take him places. And then what did he do? I didn't say it out loud at the time. It was 2000, right around when that was.
Yeah.
I was like, they're getting a damn good quarterback.
Yeah.
But he didn't make a wow. He didn't make him wow at the combine. So.
No, he didn't. But some things you just don't see until it's actually that time to actually get in there. Yeah. But like they said, he had confidence when he got drafted. He told Bob Kraft, I forgot what he said exactly, but it was kind of
you made the best decision of your life by drafting.
Yeah. They do need Garrett to leave the scene. Garrett should vacate the scene.
Vacate,
You should just step down. Better wideouts than comparable line. Comparable line. And Mayfield is worse than Lamar and Mahomes. I'll leave it at that.
it all boils down to the offensive line, John. It all boils down to the offensive line.
Like Arizona said last year, I remember ESPN being all about Baker as well.
Yeah, I disagree with that statement. It all boils down to the offensive line.
It always does. That's why it's important to have a great left tackle to watch your blind spot. Most quarterbacks are right-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, line definitely comes into play. That's some of the quarterbacks that can cuss. That's Joe Theismann when he got knocked out by Lawrence Taylor. Player play. Even if the coach stinks, the players need to play. Ezekiel Elliott, $50 million contract. Dallas has top 2 offensive line.
Well, that I contribute to coaching. If that's true, if Dallas does have a top 2 offensive line, I contribute that to coaching.
You would think you would just feed the ball to Ezekiel the whole game.
Yeah.
As much as you can. But look what Seattle did when they had Lynch years ago and they got him to the Super Bowl twice.
Mm-hmm.
He says, well, I'm going to go back here. Well, with Brady, he took better drugs than everyone else.
Is it better drugs or that he didn't work out?
Yeah. Although we did have a kid here in Kentucky that did the science experiment to prove Tom Brady was a cheater. And it was kind of funny how he did it, but he deflated balls to show what the difference would be from deflated to regular balls. Ended up winning his school and then going to the state competition and was runner up there. But it made people think like maybe Brady did cheat in the Super Bowl.
Hey, it's only cheating until you're caught.
Yeah, well, Ray Lewis said if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Exactly.
So, and actually, it was funny when they had the Deflategate because they were actually interviewing Brad Johnson, who was Tampa Bay quarterback when they won the Super Bowl. And he was like, yeah, he would always deflate the balls when he's out there. He said, all quarterbacks pretty much do it. It gives you a better chance throwing around. Once you get the ball
grip,
in time, you do whatever you can to try to get the air down out of it.
Yeah.
And obviously, if he's throwing to the receivers, the defensive back still had a chance to make the interceptions, and they didn't do it. So Dallas has the best O-line of football. Well, they need to.
Well, if it translates to wins and losses, they sure don't.
And Elbows, I got to go. Happy New Year's. Cheers. Cheers to you, Elbow, as well. Always great to have you on board, my friend. TB12 is a PED farm.
Who's TB12?
Tom Brady 12. Tom Brady. That's his number.
Come on, man. Just stop, man. Just stop. You're making yourself look like a fool, John.
I'm just reading the comments. As Julian Edelman. I guess
Julian
was with him.
Come on, John. You're making yourself look like a fool.
Everyone believes everything Mel Kiper says. He is the easiest job in America. Go look at his picks over. Arizona, you are so correct. I said that years ago, watching the NFL draft. Like, why does everybody think Mel Kiper is this great person? Like, nobody's following anything he says, anything he's coming up with. He sits there at the draft and he's like, I didn't have that guy rated on my sheet. And that guy ends up going on being a great performer in the league or whatever. And it's kind of like, Mel, you weren't a player. You weren't a coach. I mean, I don't know why you think you have the best picks out there.
Who is the other guy that does it with him?
Tom McShay. Tom McShay does better than Mel does.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
I would take McShay over Kelper.
I mean, I don't know. Mel Kiper's got that.
You're on mute, Todd.
He's got that Vegas hairstyle. He should go perform in Vegas somewhere.
It's kind of like that one guy that's on the fantasy football. God, what's that dude's name?
You're talking about the guy that's the lead person on there. I know you're talking about the guy. Yeah.
Like, how do you have a job? I mean, how's your job picking fantasy? Like, you're just guessing every week. You don't know who's going to have a good game and who doesn't. Like, how is that actually a job?
Oh, they try to crunch the numbers on stuff, but yeah, I mean, it really is because, you'll have, like when I did fantasy, you'll have the top running back in the league going against the worst defense, and it's like, oh, this might should be like 30 points or whatever. And he gets held for like 50 yards that whole game and doesn't do anything. It is really a guess at a certain level. You're playing a statistic probability. He may do something, but you really don't know.
Right. Exactly right.
Oh, I think he made that catch. What are you talking about? Run the replay.
What's the score?
27-27 with 6:45 left.
Ooh.
Eastern Michigan's trying to drive down the field. But the
milk that clock, baby. Milk
the quarterback just threw a dime, but the guy caught at the it was close. I'm trying to think we got his 1 foot out of bounds first down or not. I think he may have landed out of bounds first with the 1 foot, but it would have been at the 1 yard line. They're going to go to replay for it. Yeah, Mel Kiper's got some type of gimmick or something that he gets always the one that gets picked there.
Matthew Berry is the guy's name.
Yeah, Matthew Berry. Yeah. It's funny. I put that thing on Facebook the other night because I was up late and I was flipping through channels in Sports Center. Was running all their commercials when they do the whole Christmas thing, all the employees and stuff each year. And that's why I said I'm sitting there laughing, watching the Sports Center commercials. They were running them all just the whole time, old Sports Center commercials. And there were some good ones you forget over the years that you actually saw that it was pretty cool to see those again and stuff. They've had one of the more successful advertising campaigns, I think.
I thought it was Stone Cold and Dan Patrick hits him with a chair. Pow! Right in the back.
Yeah.
Could I get one more there, Dan? Yeah, sure. Pow! They talked about that. I seen the YouTube video where they talked about that.
Yeah.
And how to hit people with a chair and all that.
But there was the one guy was walking with the female soccer player, and I bumped the one guy, and the one guy goes down, like basically acting like he got hit real hard or something like that, doing a flop or whatever. And the soccer player is like, he's not hurt, He's like, and he's like, yeah, no, he's flopping. Let's go. And the guy gets up and walks away. Or the one they have with the guy cutting the sandwich, the golfer. and he's trying to get the read on the sandwich on how to cut the sandwich. Have you seen that one? It's in the lunchroom.
No, I
I
So
don't think
he's
I've seen
looking
that
at it,
one.
and he's like takes a knife. And I forgot which one. I forgot what golfer it is, but he's looking at it, and he asks his caddy, "What do you think?" And he's like, "Go diagonal." And he's like, so he goes and cuts diagonal, but the one bread messes up, and they're like, "Oh," like he missed it and everything, and they're like, "Thought you had that one." Yeah, there's some fun. There's some fun commercials for sure. Oh, it's all fun and games. John said the only fools were in the Lions.
Hey, John, I'm calling you out, dude. I'm calling you out. Dallas has a number 2 freaking offensive line. Why are they 6-7? Or whatever they're 7-7 or whatever their record is.
Can you make that
Elaborate on that, buddy.
Can you have a bad line though and still just not? I mean, have a good line and still just finish bad?
How can you? I mean, if your offensive line is number 2 in the NFL, why are you 6-7 or whatever, or fighting or being the worst team in the NFC East?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to look at because to determine how good your line is, you were looking your stats, right? So who's leading in rushing, who's leading in passing, all that kind of stuff.
Especially when you have Elliott and Prescott, who's not. They're both are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they may have the best receivers, but still, though.
I don't believe that bullshit. They're number 2 in the NFL. I don't believe that, John. I honestly, I don't. Because with the record, it can't be. It can't be. Something's fishy. If it is, something's fishy.
That's Brad Garrett.
I mean, you look at Dallas in the '90s when they had the top line, and they were running people over. But you know what? I just pulled up a piece here, and it does say Cowboys offensive line ranked number 1 unit in the NFL.
No way. No way.
By Pro Football Focus.
No way. That's I
don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
Now.
I do not believe that.
Now this was back on September 26th, so obviously we're 3 months later, and it might be like, okay, they're not as good as everybody thought they were, but they were ranked at one point at the beginning of the season. Obviously, if they're that good, then they didn't hold up their end of the bargain.
Yes, if they're supposedly that good, they should be. If they're the number 1, they should be like. They should probably be at a first round bye for the NFC.
Yeah, they should be crushing. Now, FootballOutsiders.com rankings through week 16. Well, it's interesting. Dallas is ranked number 2 for pass protection. They only gave up 20 sacks, which has them number 2. Wait a minute, is that right?
Who was number 1?
Well, that's the thing. Oh, it's an adjusted sack rate. I was going to say because the Rams have number 1, they gave up 21, but their adjusted sack rate is 3.9 versus 4 for Dallas. So I guess it's by how many plays they may have done. Run blocking, they actually have them ranked as number 2.
That's hard to believe. Very, very hard to believe.
Running back, let's see here. Adjusted line yards, 4.78 yards per play.
Their defense must be atrocious then. Atrocious.
Well, it could be offensive, or it could be the coach too, I guess.
Well, the adjusted line yards is what makes a difference. Because if you look at running back yards, they are where's Dallas at here? I think Dallas is down more. Dallas is let me switch it the other way, make it easier. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're number 9 for running back yards behind Arizona. They're 4.59. Their power success is number 5 at 74%. Their power rank is number 5.
That's hard to believe.
Second level yards, are number 1 at 1.41. Open field rank, they're actually like 19. But overall, they've adjusted them where they are number 2 for run blocking and they are number 2 for pass protection.
Their defense must be atrocious then.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason for that if that kind of ranking to be what the worst team in the freaking NFC, or not the worst team, the worst team in the NFC East.
Yeah.
So
John's on point with what they're saying about their line.
I mean, that's I'm not saying he's. I guess I'm not saying that he's wrong. I just find it really, really, really hard to believe that that's the case. Something's got to be some other metrics got to be there that we're not seeing.
It's like your paper versus the eye test, right? It's like something doesn't seem to match up.
Yeah, one of these things is not like the other.
Vanessa says hello. Hello, Vanessa. She just got in. It looks like she's probably picking up her brother tonight.
What's going on, Vanessa?
Arizona said players need to take responsibility. Number 1 unit, yes. So Arizona said, hey, Vanessa, I hope you had a good Christmas. Hey, the other thing, too, is if they don't perform as well as they should be performing, it could be because of the way the season going. Like, just like you have some players, like they used to criticize Randy Moss for taking a playoff, or you have some players that might not play as hard to do stuff. The line might not be playing as hard to do stuff either if it's looking bad. Made the point that O-lines make a difference when it came to Lamar. Mahomes Mayfield, I'm just saying they don't because Dallas still blows. So if they got a top line, then it's not helping Dallas, right?
Well, then what is it? If apparently Arizona at the bottom says they have a top 5 defense, and if they have the number 1 offense or number 2 or number 1 offensive line, then what's stopping them? Well, what is it?
Got to be coaching, I would think, then, right? Not putting the right game plans together, the right plays to exploit the other team. It has to fall to Garrett at some point for them not getting stuff.
Yeah, but if they're a number 1 or number 2 offensive line, and they're number 5 in defense, Garrett, it shouldn't matter to Garrett at that point.
Well, you still got to call the right plays, though. I mean, coach, you can figure out even if you have a top line. It's finding where the holes are.
I'm just an idiot. I'm just an idiot sitting here in my house too. I don't know anything about football, but I'm just an idiot here that lives in Michigan, rooting for the Lions too.
Well, you break down a lot of different stuff on football, though. But Arizona said yes, they are ranked 1 and 2 all year long. Vanessa said, "Hey to Peggy, Merry Christmas." And Vanessa, which team in NFL is ranked top now? Well, I was just looking on the line rankings. I didn't see that, but
Ravens
power rankings is probably the Ravens. Yeah, it's probably Baltimore. And then Peggy said, "Happy New Year" to Vanessa. Vanessa said, "Happy New Year." And top 5 defense, Dallas, Arizona said as well. Vanessa said, "I fell asleep for 2 hours. I've been up for 2 days." All right. Well, no, get your rest for sure. Vanessa's been battling a little insomnia there, so hopefully she can get some rest. And
I've had insomnia attacks. They suck.
It does suck when you're up and stuff. I've had like weird dreams the last few nights for some reason that wake me up. Like just weird shit. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, me too.
But
I never remember my dreams. Do you guys remember yours?
Some of them I do. Some of them.
I don't usually have any dreams. That's the weird
I don't
thing.
either.
That's why it was weird. I've had some recently, and it's like, why do I have like these weird dreams? I had some dream like someone broke into the house one night or something like that, and some weird stuff. It's like, I don't know.
Well, they claim everybody dreams every night, but I can't. I never remember any of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they do say people usually dream every night, but
yeah, now that I've gotten older, I don't remember them. But when I was young, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, same here, Eric. I agree.
Ever since I stopped doing the mushrooms, the dreams have seemed to go away.
It's funny how that happens.
God, yeah. Back in the day, growing up watching Cheech and Chong movies, like, what are they doing there now?
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But well, that's the beer news stuff we went through. Eric, you kind of touch back on your channel? You want to talk about that at all? About the relaunching of stuff?
Yeah, I kind of actually am bringing back the channel here on what is it? January 1st, I think is when it is. It maybe the 31st. I can't remember. December 31st or January 1st, right around there, right around the New Year time. I'm coming back out, and it's kind of I put the last video that I did at the unlisted level, but when that video comes out, you can click on the video, watch the last video I did, and then kind of compare it to this video, which it pretty much says the same thing, but gonna do maybe a little bit of different channel stuff. Still gonna do the beer review stuff, but it's not gonna be predominant on the channel. But you'll see it. And I don't want to get in too much about it, but we're gonna do some. I'll go ahead and kind of give it to you like this. We're gonna do a little bit of the vlogging stuff because some of you guys, when I actually started to do the vlogging and I kind of went away from it, I kind of got quite a bit of not like quite a bit of views, but when I first started, it had like 3 times the views on what it did. Like I would have like maybe 10 or 15, and that would have 50. So I'm going to kind of do, like if I go on an adventure, let's put it that way, I'll do that. And we're going to do the beer reviews, and then we're going to kind of do some controversial stuff where I kind of sit here in front of the camera, and we'll do some like the gun control, mental illness, that sort of thing. And then I've got a couple of unboxing videos, which should be coming tomorrow. I'm going to record them. I'm going to upload them to the channel. I'll probably put them after New Year's, kind of that sort of thing. So we got one for. I actually got 2 unboxing videos I'm going to do. I'm not going to actually do an unboxing, but we'll kind of go through them and kind of what I kind of feel like I did on them and whatnot. But anything other than that's pretty much it. Kind of more or less here on the channel. We're going to do some of that stuff. And I'm just going to kind of see how it goes, kind of broadening the channel a little bit, kind of making it more of a kind of a variety channel is kind of what I'm going to kind of say that as. And I'll get into it in the video that's on the 31st and then the 1st. You'll see it as you come across this video. So if you guys haven't done it, subscribe to Eric Lions Fan. That's where I'm at right now. And I've been thinking kind of about doing a little bit of a channel change, but I don't like I said, I don't want to get too far into the video here just yet. But I'll just leave it at that. I'll just shut up and I'll leave it to.
Nice. Well, maybe in 2020 we can get Todd to have a channel too.
Been thinking about it.
have you really, Todd? Have you really, or you got to?
No, I'm not. I've been thinking about it.
He's on a Joe.
Have you and Shannon on there?
I thought about that. I've been thinking and kicking it around a little bit. We'll see.
I mean,
stay tuned.
If you don't like it, no one says you got to continue it, dude.
Right.
Yeah, he's like on a Joe long course plan there. I'm in the planning stages. Vanessa said, recurring dreams for a very long time, lucid dreaming when I do. Arizona said, I was reading somewhere that Michigan might just shut down their football program to save money. University of Michigan saved my life one year. A med was shipped to VAMC Dallas that saved me. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Vanessa's got a lot of stories. She needs to write a book about her life. No
kidding. That'd be Vanessa, like a #1
maybe
bestseller.
Vanessa, since you already have a YouTube kind of stuff going on, maybe you should probably sit down in front of a camera and tell us your stories, because I would really like to know a lot.
Yeah. Well, she does most of her stuff through Instagram, so she's been adding more stuff there. But yeah, she should do some more stuff on the video. That'd be pretty cool. Just the different things that she can add, because the more we get to know more of Vanessa, we know more of the stuff she actually does and what she can do, and it's just phenomenal. Gilbert's in the house says, cheers, fools.
Gilbert, did you find, were you here last week when we did the malt liquor
the malt liquor
live stream?
show?
God, I'm freaking toasted, guys. I'm sorry. The PSA might be a little
Bourbon County kicking in a little bit.
It's the Lagunitas that's kicking in.
Oh, the Lagunitas. Oh, that's right. You showed the Bourbon County, but you wasn't drinking it.
Yeah, but that was back in 2007. And cheers. And John has said probably the biggest earner.
Biggest earner, yeah, right, John.
But he asked what your channel, but you already gave him the channel.
Yeah.
For the Eric Lions fan there. So yeah, but this is kind of interesting. Really, I didn't even think about this, but as far as the Beer Flow show goes, this is actually our last broadcast prior to 2019.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
next Thursday will be 2020. I didn't realize I should have had
That's
something
right.
else more prepared for the final broadcast 2019. So
Go out with a bang.
we still need to do the Beer Flow Awards, which we do that in January anyway. But we gotta get Joe back, and Joe has all the damn questions to everything. So
Yeah, he hasn't been on since what, February?
hasn't been that long, I don't think. I think it was like in the summer he had to switch over or something.
Oh, was it in the summer?
Yeah. It's not been that. It's probably been at least 4 or 5 months anyway, though.
Yeah. But in our chat,
I'm sticking to February.
yeah. But he was gonna try to get back to do that, but I'm like, he's got all the questions for the Beer Flow Awards stuff.
Well, we can do it on a weekend too. We don't have to do it.
We can do it another day. It doesn't have to be on a Thursday, but
Yeah.
But as far as the schedule stuff for 2019, I mean, this is like the last one, 2019. And this is Eric said Lions should shut down their football program too. Just the whole state of Michigan shut it all down.
And just shut it down.
Vanessa was antibiotics that 2 U.S. Marshals escorted to me. 2,700 a dose times 14 doses over 7 days. Wow.
Jeez.
Looking forward to checking out after the Ohio State game. Checking in after the yeah, definitely. Looking forward to see. Like I said, I did pick the Buckeyes for that game.
I will root for the Buckeyes during the bowl season. I root for the Buckeyes. For regular season, I hope they lose every game.
And Gilbert said, "Yep, here Malt Liquor Thursday, about an hour in." So he was here last week when we did it. And so I'm excited. I'm going to track on the fire brick purchase to finish the wood-fired oven in April. Excellent. So, yeah, she's finishing the fire pit, and then she's going to create a forge after the fire pit.
Vanessa, I'm telling you. Go ahead, Don.
I was just going to say, she's talking about fire brick. That's how I cook my Thanksgiving turkey every year, with fire bricks.
Vanessa, I'm telling you, dude, you got to have a fucking YouTube channel up and show us all your stuff.
She really should. She really should.
Yeah.
You get a lot of.
I mean, you already got the channel name. Just keep going. Go with it.
It would get a lot of views.
How to's, all that stuff. You were in the military. You could show us some stuff like basic military stuff.
Hell, just put some of the tricky math problems on you would know.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Those would go viral. There's always like math stuff going viral on some of the other channels. So
I'm a math nerd, so I would be on it.
Yeah, math and science, 2 of my favorite subjects in school. So, but this going
same
out
here.
So next year, as we're at the end of 2019, so next year for 2020, definitely gonna do some different stuff here in the channel. I don't know. I'm debating. I'm still doing some of the beer reviews, but I might go back to making those more uploads and just uploading them on the reviews, but then doing more live stream on other stuff. Like I had a fun time exploring, like for instance, the 450 North stuff or the porter versus the stout and things along those lines. Different things within beer outside of reviews, because there's so many people doing beer reviews now. So I'm going to probably look to add some more stuff here in 2020 and some different things on those lines. One of the guys asked me if I've ever done like an ale versus lager type video, which I haven't, which I'm going to put that together probably this weekend to get that put up. So I'm going to be looking at more stuff and then more kind of updates on things that are happening in the industry. So I'm going to try to get it more involved on the beer type things, but still get reviews as well, but maybe not as much. I need to do some more on-site stuff in 2020 if possible too. A little bit more beer festivals. I'm thinking about maybe trying to go to a beer festival in Cleveland in January, because the one that we have in Cincinnati in March is the same people that do the one in Cleveland.
These will be on the channel. These will be, if you guys rewind it to the very beginning, I do these ones, these will be on the channel. Regardless if I do the channel change or not, these will be on it.
Rod, you should do the hop stuff again. Where you did
you brought that up too. I mean, the hop stuff, doing some more of that and everything is fun. I did the one on the Admiral hop was the last one I just did. I'm going to probably do some more hop ones like that, because I do have some guys that watch the channel that are like home brewers that said they like some of that stuff too. And one of the hops one I did for the Says hop was like one of the most watched videos. So yeah, I'm going to bring back some of that stuff as well.
Well, even if you're not a home brewer, I mean, you're drinking the beers that's got that hop in it, somewhat. If you're an IPA, whatever, or any kind,
Yeah.
give you some of the profiles of what you should be, tasting when you're drinking the beer anyway.
Yeah, and it's like some of the stuff like with maybe food pairings and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I want to do like some more stuff with some of the because I do get some press releases from excuse me, some of the breweries now. So I could actually do videos of some of the stuff happening at breweries and stuff too. So there's more I want to get involved in and get it a little bit more away from some of the beer reviews, but to also bring some other entertainment. Let's see here. Vanessa says, I'm excited. I'm if we did that one. The wood fire oven is 36 by 32 by 30 internal oven dimensions. So good size there. Makes a nice little pizza in the wood fire oven.
Yeah, yeah.
1/3 fire that you can fit roasting pans to smoke turkeys, etc. John said, what's YouTube paying these days? I say 1 million subscribers. I have no idea. I've not even near 1 million subscribers. I don't know. It depends on what the advertisers are paying you, but I think if you're at 1 million, you're probably making a good chunk of change. I don't know anybody that does any type of beer channel that's gotten up that high. I think the highest I've seen is there's a guy in Europe who has over 100,000 subscribers on a beer channel, but some of the celebrity people that get that high, they are actually picking up some good stuff. Oh, damn it. Pitt scored. So they're up 34-30 now with 47 seconds left. I think I had Eastern Michigan. I hope that's what I wanted to do. But now I was like, maybe I had Pitt. I don't know. Gilbert said, do a lager versus Pilsner. See, here's the thing, Gilbert. Pilsner is a lager. Pilsner's already a lager, so it's not a lager versus Pilsner. Or I could do a video on the different subsets of beers too, like different subset of lagers, different subset of ales. So people get confused sometimes on the different styles. I went to the store today and on hand they only had one stout. Wow. What stout was it? If it was Dragon's Milk, I know you like Dragon's Milk, that would have been okay.
I like Dragon's Milk. I almost bought Dragon's Milk today.
Yeah, I still got to do the oatmeal cookie in the cooler that I got downstairs.
You'll like the oatmeal cookie, Rod.
Here's the thing: I pretty much like all stuff from Dragon Stout.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the raspberry one, but I heard a lot of people didn't like that one as much.
Yeah, I didn't care for it either.
People drank it, but all the other stuff I've had, I definitely enjoyed.
I didn't care for it either.
Yeah. Let me see here. Eric said, I think I put on 80 pounds to 48 hours with all the food and booze. It can rack up quickly. Yeah. Kind of like getting back at my wrist and everything. I can start lifting weights a little bit more. Like I told you guys before, I started lifting a little bit, but now it's like, I know I can go back to the gym. Do I want to go to the gym right now? Because you have that first wave of people that come through a couple of months and it gets a little crazy. It was a left-hand stout is actually pretty good too.
Left-hand stout is good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would have been a good one to also enjoy.
Their nitro stout is the bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have definitely worked as well. Buying Dragon's Milk on New Year's Eve. There you go. Well, if you get any of the variants, I would definitely, if you see any of the variants, I would definitely say check those out.
Yeah, for sure.
Although the base version is good as well. Yeah, I'll have to decide when I do the Bourbon County videos at some point.
Yeah, I'm going to do these on my channel here in the new year. I'm going to do the 18 stuff in the new year right after. I'm probably going to do them every Sunday.
Yeah.
That way I'm kind of, because I'll admit I like beer and all that sort of stuff, but I want to kind of make this kind of a more of kind of a sports beer and kind of variety channel. So, I mean, I'm just trying to expand my boundaries, kind of thing, and leave it at that. No,
that's good. Challenge yourself for sure. Yeah.
Kind of think of what Drunken One does. And I'll probably do.
Do we really know what Drunken One does, though?
No,
Nobody does.
Well, I'll put it this way: when he did his Buffalo Wild Wings video,
yeah, That was a good video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he does that. He does like the peppers when he grows the peppers and the jerky stuff, and he does a variety of different things, which is always great. And he does the home brewing stuff. So
yeah.
it's a matter of how. The one thing I think people get thrown off, and I'll say this because wow, it'll be 5 years in March since I've had this channel, and from doing the research, I do a lot of research. I do a lot of reading on the YouTube stuff and different things online, and plus my background being kind of sales and marketing, I kind of get into a lot of those different things to kind of, find how the best way might be to do stuff is. Some people get a little bit too out of their range. They're doing too many things.
Yeah.
As long as it all comes back to what you channel to being your people that are subscribed know what you're looking to do. That's what really gives you the biggest success and everything. So, something like your channel, Eric and Lions Fan, you're definitely doing different things. With me being BeerVentures, everything is definitely generated around beer in some kind of way. So that's why it's like some people ask me if I do like wine reviews, and I'm like, no, because I could do a wine thing, but I have to link it some way to beer. Like I can do, like my wife got a wine tonight, right? She got a Cabernet that's done in craft beer barrels. Oh no, that was done in that was done in bourbon barrels. But if they did it in craft beer barrels, I'd be able to do something like that. I can do stuff like, if I wanted to take a look at this brandy, it would make sense because it's done in Bo and Luke barrels. So I can relate that back to the beer channel. You know what I mean? So it's all about linking everything back. So that's why I don't do the gaming on this channel anymore, because some people like the gaming, but most of the people want to see a lot of the beer stuff. So I put the gaming on the gaming channel. I just see sometimes where people have so much stuff going on, it gets maybe confusing. And then they wonder why people aren't watching or why people are leaving. It's like, because nobody knows what your channel's about. So Vanessa says, okay, then I would try the Left Hand Stout. It was their nitro. Yeah, give it a go for sure. Left Hand is nice. Gilbert says, how about lagered ale versus Pilsner? LOL. But really, your lagered ale is actually more of your wheat ale, which wheat is a kind of a weird type thing because it's done as an ale, but then it's actually cold lager when they make a wheat ale. So it's almost like a hybrid between the two. Watched your video earlier today, Eric, Vanessa said. And Eric said, what did you think? And she said, I thought it was good. Excited to see your channel in the new year. Well, there you go.
Nice.
There's gonna be different content on it, Vanessa.
Gilbert says, how about a malt liquor, home brewing a malt liquor channel?
Well, Cody, I've been wanting to get with Cody to be like, dude, you got to brew a malt liquor, and I'll come up and I will try it. Cody Sharp.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Foster's had their original.
Has anyone actually tried to brew a malt liquor? Has actually anyone tried to home brew?
I've never tried to do a malt liquor.
Not that I know of. I'm sure somebody has.
I'm not saying I'm a malt liquor fan. I'm just saying I would at least try it. If they were to maybe send it to me, I would try it.
You have to be a fan somewhat. You have
Shannon.
Malt Liquor Mondays.
Shannon, where you at, Shannon?
Vanessa, Foster's had their original large can at that store. They used to sell it with the aluminum clip on the handle way back. We still get Foster's here. We get the Foster's green and blue cans at our stores here.
Yeah, the green and the blue. I like their lager better than I like their ale.
I haven't had Foster's in a while, though. Vanessa, I saw a Heineken malt liquor. Heineken is a malt liquor?
Heineken is a malt liquor? What is it? What is it, Vanessa? What is it?
I've never seen that one. Hi, Shannon. Sweet dreams.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, she's probably long gone by now.
Does Heineken have a malt liquor?
I don't know.
Malt liquor, sons.
I can't remember one offhand.
Might be. It says Heineken malt liquor. They had the alcohol-free malt beverage. Maybe it says malt liquor on their bottle because of I don't know what the ABV or something.
Oh, Vanessa says Heineken had a malt liquor.
Oh, had one. Okay.
She said she'll snap a photo. Post it on your Instagram.
Yeah, I had one of I can't remember who it was. One of my subscribers had found some old beers. He was cleaning out a lot of his dad's stuff and everything, and like beers from like back in the 70s or 80s, some old brands he found that were never opened, which was kind of cool.
There's one guy that searches for like old 20s and 30s beers that unopened, and he'll open them and drink them, and he's like, they taste perfectly fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'd have to wonder if he has any taste buds.
Give it to Mikey. Mikey, you'll try anything.
Mikey will try anything.
No, this store had one there near the left-hand nitro. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like Pitt's going to win this game.
Oh, fuck.
What?
I was hoping Eastern Michigan would win.
I was hoping they were too. I think I picked them. So, but that was more because I just hate Pitt so much.
Come on, Eastern.
All the Michigan people letting us down.
Bad year for Michigan sports. Bad.
It can't be hard brewing malt liquor, cornflakes, pre-cooked rice, bread yeast, tap water, and corn syrup. I think Gilbert should brew some malt liquor.
There you go. He knows.
Yeah,
he's got
Gilbert
it.
brewed
He's
some.
got it down.
He's got it down.
And then give it to Kerry to see what he thinks of it.
If you brew malt liquor, do you have to wear a ski mask while you brew? That's the question.
And cook it in a paper bag, brown paper bag.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this baby down. 11:46. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Eric PSA before I make my last comments here for 2019.
All right, guys. As always, guys, if you've had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. You guys know my spiel by now, but if not, I'm going to say it one more time. Guys, please do not drive home drunk, because if you do, you're going to get pulled over by the cops. They're going to make you do that stupid-ass sobriety test. They're going to get a free ride of jail. They're going to have court fees and a possible prison time. And if you hit or kill somebody, you guys know you're going to be in the slammer for a while. And if you kill yourself, all you've done is hurt your family and friends and put yourself 6 feet under, okay? Just sleep off your buzz to get your car the next day. Get an Uber, a taxi, a Lyft. Have someone call to get your cab. Have a buddy come get you. You know, call your buddy and have him come get you. Just do not drive home drunk, because if you do, you're going to get thousands upon thousands of dollars in court costs. And if I find out you're doing it, I'm going to take a baseball bat to your knees and maybe with barbed wire on top of it. So
Why are you going to Negan route now?
I was gonna say.
I don't know. I think I was slurring my words there a little bit.
Have you been watching The Walking Dead or something? So
No, I've been seeing Facebook memes about it.
that's been Negan from The Walking Dead, probably.
Exactly.
It's getting fierce.
But thanks for everybody tuning in, and hey, I appreciate everybody. If you made it this far, definitely appreciate your course. But if people are rewatching
Smash
the replay,
that like button too.
if people are watching the replay as well, thanks for making this show a fun year. 2019. This will be the last Beer Flow show. Although I'll be live streaming on other stuff, but as far as the official Beer Flow show, we are doing this, and it's been a fun year. We've done some great things, I think. We talked about some great topics, had a blast, some fun. We drank some great beers. So we'll be talking about all that other stuff as we head into the new year, starting next week, or after the new year kicks over next week. And then, like I said earlier, I'll be bringing some different things to the channel here, probably starting this weekend ahead of time. But, we will look again to do the question game. We have to just coordinate and see when we can actually do that and get Shannon on here.
Oh boy.
What's he saying? Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, either one probably is fine.
So maybe tomorrow might be something we can do. Because Saturday, I can just know I'm going to be watching that football game.
The games,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but Friday might be something tomorrow night. Maybe we'll do the question game again. That was the Would You Rather, and the other one was called
well, the other one I think is just the question. I think it's just called the question game. And what would you, or something like that, I think.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do some of that stuff and be a nice way to go into the weekend. But again, appreciate everything. Channel took a big jump this year. I think 2019, I think, to the channel. It might have been almost 500 new subscribers this year, which is great. So I appreciate everybody definitely chimed in for that. And that's all I really got right now. Just thank you very much. Love that you guys are enjoying yourself, and I'm loving that you guys are along for the ride. That all being said, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing shut down. Gilbert says good night, fools, and look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you are alerted to all the other new videos, and we will talk in the future here. Cheers, everybody, and remember, there's always time. Get your beer on.
And drink malt liquor.
He had to say that, didn't he? He just
I did.